The amazing Chad Daniels. Hey! I believe Chad's in Cincinnati this week. Good morning. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hello, Pat Godwin.
Hey, chick.
Josh Arnold will be in the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair. There's Ace Cosby. Hey. There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, man, how you doing?
I'm all right, and thanks for asking.
Yeah, you bet. And also, Chad Daniels, definitely. Cincinnati, February 10th, February 11th.
Boom. I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold. And from the world of sports, man, I hope you watched opening night of the Super Bowl a little bit last night. Anybody get a chance to catch that?
No.
Oh, Tom.
Opening night?
Yeah, that's what they call press day now.
I saw on the Eagles' social media, it might have been former Colt Zach Pascal's social media. He had all the Eagles. They're all wearing like matching white tracksuits, essentially, as they get on the plane to head out there. And one Gardner Minshew is displaying prime real estate, chest hair.
No kidding.
Combed out of the tracksuit, looking great, dude.
You know, that's one thing I didn't realize. I don't want to speak for everybody. Gardner Minshew's going to be in the Super Bowl, guys.
Wouldn't it be great if he gets in?
Well, if he does get in, the Chiefs, I guarantee Chiefs a victory.
Hey.
But I'm just saying.
If he gets in, that means Jalen Hurts gets injured, and that's no fun. Or Jalen Hurts gets pulled at the half, like he did at Alabama. Yeah. That's less fun.
That's, yeah, so...
Or they're ahead by 60.
Yes.
Put him the second string.
And then here comes Gardner Minshew. Yeah.
Pat will have to work on a Gardner Minshew, a potential Super Bowl.
So my favorite question yesterday was one of the reporters to Eagles head coach Nick Sirianni, someone, and I'm not sure who, and I don't know if I'd share their name if I knew, because listen to this question. He says, hey, Coach, which of your players, Nick Sirianni, the Eagles, which of your players would you like to date your daughter? And Sirianni said, my daughter's 5 years old.
Oh. So the answer was Lance Rensel.
Yeah. And,
It's going back.
Well, that'll make everybody rush to Google.
Was he the one?
I think so. I always get Lance Rensel and Lance Allworth.
Yeah, sorry.
But I think it was.
I apologize.
I'm almost certain it's
One
Rensel.
of them apparently had a thing for little girls. Sorry, I apologize. I withdraw that.
But you had a lot of that. Like, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite song? Patrick Mahomes said Umbrella by Rihanna was his favorite song.
Dude, it's such a fun song.
But it's like Mahomes knows the company line, man. Whatever Rihanna's in the suit. No, that's one of my favorite. That's my favorite song.
Chris Stapleton, National Anthem, my favorite song.
I seriously doubt that Umbrella is his favorite song. But
did he make the sponsors happy and go, no, seriously, whenever I'm looking at my State Farm policy,
that's right.
Sitting at home drinking a Coors Light.
That's it. And by the way, Tom, would you like to guess how much a 30-second spot is going for on average for this year's Super Bowl?
I read that at $7 million.
Between 6 and 7 million, and Fox said yesterday it's sold out.
And what is not selling?
What is not selling?
Crypto.
Oh, yeah, crypto. Booze is stepping up. Crypto is out for this year's Super Bowl.
Now, we have a special intro for today's show. Josh is joining us in the studio, and we'll let his headphones on. Ladies and gentlemen, a very special intro for today's show. For the first time in recent memory. All right, shut up. Christy Lee is on vacation, and Ms. Hooker has a technical issue and cannot get here today. So at the last minute,
here we are.
Oh, boy show. Oh, boy.
The old sausage fest.
Dudes rock.
What could go wrong now?
Who's going to keep us in line?
I can just go, you guys.
Well, no, I think this is perfect. We can cover, finally, what's wrong with women.
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Today's topic.
Those bitches.
You mean the famous Josh Arnold intro.
I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one.
Bitch.
Oh, boy.
My mom is proud.
Joshy, I heard that bit that you did today. What was that? Oh, it was the bitch thing is what you did today, Joshy. Was that fun for everybody?
That's right, babe.
You mean this one?
Well,
all right.
The bitch has spoken. Yeah. Or relax, bitch. That's how it's said.
According to this guy, with every pot you never...
That's enough. That's enough. I've had enough already.
We've got an email in. First email of the day.
Exciting.
From Ronnie. Hey, Ronnie.
Hey, Ron.
Morning, Ronnie. Just told my wife the Ace Cosby joke of the day from yesterday. I'm not sure which one.
It was an excellent joke yesterday. Very timely.
Ronnie said, I told my wife the Ace Cosby joke of the day. She looked at me and said, oh. He's not sure if she liked it or not. So, there you go.
Ace, for those that missed it, would you care to... Can you bring it back for us? Do you remember what it was?
Yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, a special
the singers
bonus
and
edition.
everything in conversation.
Man with a deep voice. Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
Which celebrity is always ready for a big bowl of cereal?
Who?
Reese Witherspoon.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
Now I remember. I understand the oh. All right, sir.
See, Reese has her spoon with her, you see, in the...
Yeah, with her spoon.
That's classic.
That's
a very original...
at the very least, a sentence fragment.
Yeah, that's very good. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Once again, we open with Mr. Chad Daniels. And Chad's on a big tour. He's going to be lots of fun places. But, as you mentioned, he is in Cincinnati this weekend. Highly recommended. Do you know which club, where he is? I can't seem to find it on his webpage. I can tell you where he's playing in San Francisco or Milwaukee. Or Louisville, May 12th at the Louisville Comedy Club. That's going to be good. That's a sure thing. And the 13th for sure. Then we've got him in Chicago in October, so I'll have to update this.
I found that he is at Go Bananas this weekend.
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. Pat?
Yes, sir.
Guitar out?
It will be right now.
It's unbelievable.
Okay, if you haven't seen Gardner Minshew, backup quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles, getting off the plane in the tracksuits, and they do have the matching tracksuits. Team, Tom, team. It's a team sport. Yeah, he's covered with chest hair. Yeah, and his hair is all long.
Gardner's he got famous for dancing in the locker room naked, and
he's every bit the Mississippi mullet in that picture.
And he always has cool facial hair. He's either got a stash or sideburns, or he keeps switching it up. What does he have now?
He's got the full beard going for the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Okay, a big fan. Pat.
Yes, sir.
I think we can start things off with a song. I mean, what a day. We're starting with It's All Boys. Isn't that fun? We got Ace with a great joke of the day. He's got one in the quiver.
Let's not review everything we do.
I found this on the Associated Press Newswire. Bourbon tourism is a big thing.
Sure, yeah. Going down there doing the Bourbon Trail in Kentucky.
Yeah, and they've had a tremendous year. And there's this article in the Associated Press about how great things are going for you bourbon fans out there. So I thought perhaps you could give us a little bit of your bourbon tribute for our friends in Kentucky.
I'd be happy to. Kentucky bourbon with ice makes me feel fine. It'll take a girl who's a 4, make her a 9. I'm starting to ogle in my bourbon goggles. Kentucky bourbon, I'm feeling witty. She's looking pretty. Kentucky bourbon. I meet a girl at the bars pounding the stuff. She says when I get cute, then she's had enough. She tells me I'm hot after about 3 shots. Kentucky bourbon in the back of the Uber. I get to luber. She goes down smooth. So does the bourbon. Kentucky bourbon.
A nice tribute to Neil Diamond. Yeah, here it is. Bourbon tourism reached new heights in Kentucky. Visitors flocked to large and small distilleries as the whiskey-making attractions shook off any pandemic-era hangover. Attendance surpassed 2 million.
Wow.
So this is a fine article you'll find probably in today's paper from the Associated Press about all the cool stuff happening in the world of bourbon making.
Terrific.
People finding out, perhaps getting a sample or two.
You do the tour, and they show you how they make it. They show you where they store it, where it ages. And then at the end, there's a little tasting room. Man, they get you drunk. They get you.
Sure.
Because it's not like a couple of glasses of wine or whatever. You're trying 4 little things of bourbon. You're trying to mash out a thing called White Dog I tried one time. It's before it ages. It's crazy.
A white dog.
It's basically just like moonshine or Everclear almost.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, anyway, congratulations to all those bourbon, what do they call them? Bourbon meisters?
I don't know.
The word.
Alcoholics?
Yeah, bourbon. Bourbon meister.
Please.
Respect, please.
I imagine it takes a great deal of skill.
And by the
to
way,
make bourbon.
you're standing on my hand.
Excuse me. I'm saving this bottle of Woodford to fight with my brother at my sister's wedding.
That's exactly
Excuse
right.
me.
Thank you, brother.
Has anybody seen my van?
Wow. You're welcome. We'll revisit. Got a nice trucker request coming up in just a couple seconds. Right now, I want to remind you that clock is ticking. The one over there that says Valentine's Day is almost here.
A week from today, Tom.
Ladies and gentlemen, the pressure is on. Steven Singer is the man. He's like a superhero. Steven Singer Jewelers. Of course, he's got bracelets, necklaces, all kinds of great stuff. But the one that really you want to pay attention to at Valentine's Day is the 24-karat gold-dipped rose. This rose isn't going to die on you. It's dipped in gold. This year's model is known as the periwinkle. That's the color. It's sort of, I'm looking at one right there. It's kind of a bluish, violet, purpley thing. But the color is the key, and there's a bunch of different colors available, of course. But this year's special is the periwinkle gold-dipped rose. You'll find it at IHateStevenSinger.com. Here's the trick here. Get your order in before 2 o'clock today. It goes out today. Fast and free shipping. Steven Singer, of course, famous for his guarantee. And if you maybe you bought some nice earrings for her last year, you want to upgrade those, you can do it. It's a snap. Get all the details at IHateStevenSinger.com. Real jewelers, real roses in real 24-karat gold for your real love. You can get this done right now. IHateStevenSinger.com. Tell them the Bob and Tom Show sent you on Boys Club Day. That's right, fellas. We're helping you out, okay?
Sausage party.
So it is a sausage fest.
All right. Circle up.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay. Coming up in sports?
Super Bowl 57 prop bets you ain't gonna believe. And Jason and Travis Kelce, everybody knows, brother. Travis plays for the Chiefs. Jason center for the Eagles. And we got some comments about Jason.
Okay. We also have a
Jason,
story from a funeral home where one of the corpses started breathing.
Well, oh, my gosh.
Check in with that one.
I had a fun topic. He has death.
And we got a human jawbone that showed up.
Okay.
It's all happening here. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Good morning, sunshine.
Bob and Tom 24/7, 24/7, 24/7, 24/7.
On the way on a Tuesday morning, Kostaki Economopoulos, the biggest name in comedy. He's going to be talking about the National Football League, getting ready for the big game on Sunday, and it won't be long before Kostaki is meeting up with Willie Griswold live in Arizona. That's right, Glendale, Arizona, the site of Super Bowl 57. And Kostaki and Willie Griswold, along with Frank Caliendo, will be at the Super Bowl coming up this week. And we will have coverage live from there on, I believe, Thursday and Friday coming up this week. And Kostaki Economopoulos later this morning, right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning, I'm Mark Allison with a look at things you may have missed. Boeing says it plans to cut about 2,000 jobs from the aerospace company's finance and human resources departments in 2023. Statement by the Virginia company says the jobs will be reduced through a combination of attrition and layoffs this year. Seattle Times reports the company, which has been one of Washington State's largest private employers, plans to outsource about a third of the eliminated positions to India. A Boeing official tells the Times the other positions will be eliminated as the company makes reductions in finance and human resources support services. Meanwhile, the hottest ticket in town for advertisers officially sold out. Fox said Monday that in-game ads for Super Bowl 57 have all been sold. The big game between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles takes place this Sunday. The Super Bowl is advertising's biggest stage, with advertisers jockeying to get their products in front of the more than 100 million people that watch each year. Mark Evans, Executive Vice President of Ad Sales for Fox Sports, said a few ads went for more than $7 million for a 30-second spot. Most ads sold between $6 million and $7 million for the game this Sunday. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show. Looking to buy a new car, but the looking part is getting old hat? Well, maybe you need to try shopping at Bob Bile Motors. Bob Bile Motors.
Hi. Just stop into Bob Bile Motors and I'll show you my Take a test drive and I'll also let you see my
That's Bob Bile Motors.
And hey guys, during Bob Bile's Celebration Bonanza Days, if you buy a car from Bob Bile Motors, I'll not only show you my and my I'll let you in the and after that, you're in the
Is that even possible? It is at Bob Bile Motors. Bob Bile Motors. Why the hell shop anywhere else?
Somebody get me a towel.
Due to pending litigation, Bob Bile Motors is suspending free hunt on Fridays.
Hey man, it's Donnie Baker, and the fact remains there's nothing better than being a VIP. And I don't mean like his dudes on Pervert Row at Xanadu's. I'm talking about a Bob and Tom VIP. Best thing, you'll never miss another minute of the show. I swear to God, you can hear the show here in the morning, and then cause you're a Bob and Tom VIP, you'll get the podcast of the entire show, a 12-month library of podcasts, hundreds of Bob and Tom comedy tapes, and a 60-day video archive of the show. Bob and Tom VIP. You have to get it. It's state law.
Exclusive, one-of-a-kind Super Bowl coverage this Thursday and Friday, only on the Bob and Tom Show, right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
When you need relief and you need it fast, eat a bowl of Sphincter Blast.
Hi, I'm Harry Kalanick Jr. for the new high-fiber breakfast cereal, Sphincter Blast. One 10-ounce serving contains more fiber than a log of New England birch firewood. Sphincter Blast. Some cereals shoot for the moon. We shoot for Uranus. Just say to your grocer, snap, crackle, plop. Tell him Harry Kalanick Jr. sent you and watch for my BMTV special. Harry Kalanick Jr. Unplugged. Sphincter Blast in the big brown tapered package. That's, of course, so the box won't slam shut. It may sound corny, but Sphincter Blast is hip, cool, and it's solid.
When you need relief and you need it fast, eat a bowl of Sphincter Blast.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Not on air, online, all the time.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Oh, hello there, Sonny. It's Morgan Freeman.
Oh, hey, Morgan.
How y'all doing?
Good.
I'm fine. Thank you very kindly.
Oh, nice.
I understand you have someone there that was talking about men making noises during sexual encounters.
Yeah, uh-huh.
I understand you said you've never heard a man make a noise before.
Oh.
Apparently, you've never been to Shawshank, Sonny.
Now, in Shawshank Prison, is there a lot of noise?
Yeah.
Oh, it's hard to sleep at night.
I'll bet.
Andy Dufresne came to Shawshank Prison back in 1947.
Uh-huh.
And he had a nickname that he was known by.
What was that?
Oh, please stop.
You know you're too high when you're eating cereal naked and your girlfriend tells you to put some clothes on. You realize it's not your girlfriend. It's just a woman on a bus. That's how you know you're too high.
Thanks for listening to Bob and Tom.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hey, chick.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hello.
He's at the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair. There's Ace Cosby.
Howdy.
I'll do weather next week.
Yes.
There's Willie Griswold.
I didn't notice the claps on the 2s and the 4s on this, man. That's fun.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's my buddy Tom.
Thank you very much.
Well, you're welcome.
Today is a special edition of the show due to circumstances beyond our control. Remember that phrase back in the day? Due to circumstances beyond our control, The Fugitive will not be airing tonight. What?
The Fugitive.
Oh, that's a shame that it won't be airing tonight.
The Fugitive.
Well, let me ask you something. What happened to you that imprinted The Fugitive so deeply into your mind and forcing it on all of us? And by all of us, I mean us in the room and people having to listen to you talk.
Do you want to know the truth?
I would love any sort of explanation that would make sense.
Because I won a spelling bee because I was able to spell the word epilogue because at the end of The Fugitive, they would always have a little sort of coda. Epilogue.
Gotcha.
Very helpful.
Is that right?
Yeah, I kind of like the guy, The Fugitive. He's an innocent man, but the world's against him, and
He could have been the worst actor in the history of
David
television.
Jansen?
David Jansen.
Did you hear that, Chick?
Pretty stiff.
He likes him because he's an innocent man, but the world's after him.
Uh-huh.
Do you hear a little projecting going on over there?
Oh, absolutely.
You feel like Kimball, do you?
You don't think this kind of paranoia came out of nowhere? No, I had to work on getting this.
Yeah, but you're not an innocent man. You're paranoid because of your own things that you've done in your life.
that you have done and said.
Wait a minute.
That, right?
This is revelatory. Hold it. I have to process this. By the way, could we get rid of that phrase? Boy, do I hate hearing that.
I have to process this?
Yeah.
I need some time
I don't
to
hear it a lot.
process.
I don't know.
Are you kidding?
I've heard it, but I evidently Tom's watching psychiatrist biographies. I'm not sure.
Well, that's when the napalm hit the school bus, and I'm trying to process it. And what?
Well, I think you
the burning flesh.
Try to have to process
that might require processing.
I'm going to think on that one for a bit.
Yeah, it's just one. This bothers me. I keep hearing it. Now we have a special edition of the show today because, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, this has to stop.
Intro.
No, this has to stop. I can't stand it. Whatever note she's hitting does not exist. I can't do it.
Where the boys are. It's an all-boys show today. I can't think of the last time we've had an all-boys show here.
How about Thin Lizzy?
There you go. Boys are back.
Boys, anything but Connie Francis.
I'm with Chick on this one.
You know, Where the Boys Are is actually an excellent movie.
Here we go.
No.
Yeah,
no.
It is a good movie. It is a good movie. And it features Woody Woodbury on the piano, who I think is still alive. I think he's 100.
This is the song.
Yeah, Connie Francis is better than this. You're right. When you're right, you're right.
Dean, maybe we could do a medley of just the word like Boys, that one of the Beatles' lesser songs.
Yeah, it was like a country thing.
Yeah.
That Ringo sang.
Yeah, that was weak, wasn't it?
Yes.
Okay, how much longer?
And Chick, not only did you try, you succeeded. And it's still being shot.
No, and Woody Woodbury jumps on. How does that happen?
I don't know.
Chick, I feel like you're like, remember in early women's gymnastics when some of the moves were too cool and the judges were like, that's just not allowed. They were just dismissing them because what they were doing was too cool and too awesome.
Yeah, it was
that's you, buddy.
Ahead of my time.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yes.
Chick Too Awesome McGee. I like that idea. Yeah.
Speaking of the Super Bowl, let's go there. You might not know it, but you remember the Chicago Bears, William the Refrigerator Perry?
Sure.
I didn't know this till I was right now years old when I found this out. He has a very special place in sports betting history. Whether or not Perry scored a touchdown in Super Bowl 20 in 1986 was the very first Super Bowl prop bet, according to Caesars Sportsbook.
Wow.
Perry rewarded those who bet on his score by bulldozing his way for a 1-yard touchdown, dismissing the fact Walter Payton was in the backfield and he never scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl, but the carnival act that was Richard Perry did. But that's fine.
Richard Perry.
No. Well, William Perry.
Isn't
Richard Perry, too. As a
Richard Perry.
producer, he was also a
I think Richard Perry
carnival act.
produced Carly Simon's albums.
Can we not? I misspoke.
Sorry. Mr. Awesome.
Bettors are hoping to have similar success in Super Bowl 57.
That's bettors, Tom, not what you consider yourself bettors.
Yeah. Thank you.
Boy, Super Bowl LVII always throws me. I know it's supposed to be 57, but it doesn't look at nothing but...
Yeah, I did the same thing this morning in one of my headlines. I just corrected it and wrote it in real numbers.
I like just real. I wrote it in real.
I told you that we're not. I don't live at my house is being built, so I'm living somewhere else, and they have a clock with Roman numerals.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm considering taping a piece of paper over it. It drives me crazy. I hate having a math problem. I just want to know what time it is.
Well, but don't you just look at the hands? Aren't the numbers kind of...
It throws me off.
Caesar's biggest Super Bowl prop bet so far is $35,000 by one bettor on no to whether any kickoff or punts will be returned for a touchdown at minus 1,400.
Sure.
So what does that mean exactly?
He bet $35,000, so he could win, it says here, for a potential $2,500 win.
That seems to be a really dumb bet.
No, I think that's a great bet. I think that's almost
$35,000 to win $1,500.
Yeah, but the odds are
2,500.
It's almost a guarantee. It almost never happens. Like, it happened twice in a Bills game this year. That's the only time I can think of it happening this season.
It almost never happens.
But the risk reward, though, to risk.
But if they do have it, he loses $35,000. But if he wins $2,500, and he gets his $35,000 back.
My favorite bet right now is the Travis Kelce first touchdown. That hit the last 2 weeks of the playoffs. I love that bet. It's a fun one.
Let's see. The biggest Super Bowl 57 prop bet payout. Okay, here you go. Big payoff, Tom. If you bet $8 on the Eagles scoring exactly 4 points.
Oh.
Which is 2 safeties, and they got a great defense.
Okay.
Being a better.
But only 4 points.
I'm going to strangle your head and bowl it out into the parking lot.
Yeah.
I mean, they could score 4 points, then score another 27.
Yeah, that's right. And that would be how many points?
31.
Very good. But if they score exactly 4 points.
Check. ...
ellipsis. That is all.
Ellipsis. Ellipses, technically.
Those odds are 10,000 to 1 for a potential $80,000 win on $8.
Wow.
It could happen. What's $8?
It could happen to you.
I might bet that. I might send somebody $8. Say,
Yeah,
hey,
why not?
Hook me up with. I got the Eagles in 4 and only 4.
Yes.
What do you think, Tom?
Sure. It's not going to happen, but
see, that's the thing about betting. You never know.
Never know.
You
no,
never,
is what's his name? Mattress Mac stepped up yet?
I think he has Kansas City. I thought 2 or 3 million. One bettor placed $500 on each kicker at 200 to 1 for Super Bowl MVP.
Okay.
So if one of the kickers is named MVP, he bet $500. And $200, what are they, 10,000, 100, 1,000? 10,000, yeah. $10,000. There you go.
Wow. I mean, that could happen, too, if it came down.
Yeah, absolutely. Vinatieri could have easily been the first Patriots Super Bowl win. He could have been the MVP.
Has that ever happened?
If that happened, it would mark the first time a kicker has won a Super Bowl MVP. Desmond Howard, Packers receiver returner, is the only special teams player to win Super Bowl MVP. He returned.
You can bet on the coin toss, according to this article.
So a lot of these are possible, just not plausible.
Mm-hmm. That is the essence of gambling.
Yes.
See, some of them are going to have a clear win. For example, you can bet on the length of the national anthem.
Yes.
Over 2 minutes and 5 seconds or under.
You can also bet the first offensive drive for the Chiefs, will it take longer or shorter than the length of the national anthem? You can bet that.
That's a fun one.
Isn't that fun?
I would certainly think longer, don't you?
Chiefs, well, see, you are what's called
a sucker.
A sucker, yes.
That could be a turnover, first throw. Who knows?
You could 80-yard touchdown. It's a 3-play drive, and it takes
under 2 minutes and 5 seconds.
Absolutely, it takes 45 seconds.
Wow. Very interesting. I did see the picture of Gardner Minshew getting off the plane.
Well, thank goodness.
Hairy man.
How's he look?
He looks hot. He looks sexy.
I forget our last Gardner Minshew song. That was quite a while ago.
And then remember,
and then Pat had to go into the facility because he had a nervous breakdown. He had to do the song.
Singing the song too much.
Yeah.
Just sitting in the corner there, the padded room.
Yeah. We'll do it.
Gardner Minshew. Kiss you. Kiss you. Minshew.
Now,
die to meet me, die.
We're going to feature a little something for some of those truckers out there. A number of requests for this, and I know why, because there are certain places everywhere you go, it's hard to get there because there's a lot of construction going on.
Everywhere.
Sometimes I understand the importance of it. Sometimes it seems a little bit illogical. Let's see, if we close this freeway and this one, we'll detour them into this one where there's also construction. This is a tribute to trying to get, and that's Todd along with the Bob and Tom Band and Orchestra under the direction of Steve Ali.
Hey, Tom.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Chick McGee at the Sports Desk. Yes, sir.
Email from Mark, who's suffering from being around Tom Griswold too much. This is a common story. We get this at least 5 or 7 times a morning. Hey, fellas, just wanted to share my experience in slowly turning into Tom Griswold.
All right.
Last night I was making fettuccine Alfredo, and I turned to the wife and said, hey, can you grab me the noodle hook? And she gave me a funny look and said, "Do you mean the pasta scoop?" And this morning, I remembered it's supposed to start getting warmer, so I asked her, "Hey, baby, will you check the temperature menu for me?" This time, her look was that of questioning my sanity, and I replied, "You mean the weather forecast?" Yeah. And, of course, this is Mark from Michigan.
I love both of those, noodle hook and temperature menu. That's good.
Once again, I am staying in someone else's house right now. Because the house we've been building is not done, as you know. And staying at someone else's house is all, I mean, I certainly appreciate it. It's extraordinarily generous.
What an adventure.
But when you cook with someone else's stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, and I can't, that's one thing I really can't figure out. They have one of those strainers, colander things.
Yeah.
That you could fit like 4 basketballs in. So if you use it, it takes up the entire bottom of the dishwasher. I'm not quite sure if someone used to work in an industrial kitchen. Well, I want to strain this. Well, that's going to be 2 loads of dishwasher. It's just weird. I don't know.
Huh. I know the Super Bowl 57 is coming up this weekend, but I just got one of the most troubling emails I've ever seen in my life.
Oh,
so
no.
We're going to come back and we're going to talk about this.
And I got a real quick yes or no question.
And I'll tell you what my email concerns.
Today's date is the 7th of February. And driving in today, I took a different route and saw a house full of Christmas lights. Your thoughts?
I say no.
I know. I
just haven't gotten around to it.
But, yeah. Depending where this house is, maybe warmer weather is on its way, and they can take them down then.
Really? That's the excuse?
Sure.
Even they can walk outside and
Freeze your
unplug
ass
them?
off?
Don't you think it's inappropriate?
Oh, I see. Yeah, you could not turn them on. Yeah.
I'm just saying, it bothers me.
I feel like you get mad when people say Happy Holidays instead of Merry Christmas. Now you're mad because the Christmas lights are on too much. I like Christmas. I don't get mad about Christmas. I just celebrate it. I don't try to get angry about things regarding Christmas.
Well, it is February. It's almost Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
They come off, right? Unless, were they all red? Is it a Valentine's Day?
No. They were the Christmas lights.
It's just a big picture of Frosty. There's a big Rudolph.
I don't know. I know. It's the same thing. I don't like the song School's Out being played when it's not out.
Right.
And I don't like Christmas music in July. The same thing.
Sure.
Don't you have enough things that irritate you? Just
no, everything irritates me, and I think
why is that?
You got to just let it go.
It's important to be annoyed by the small things in life, or they're going to get you.
Jake, what's the topic of the email you have coming for us?
AMC Theaters, what I was talking about. Have you seen this? Go ahead. Yeah.
Oh, it's coming up. Josh, you're going to like it.
No, you're not.
Yes,
I don't think.
Oh, no, he's no cheapskate.
Okay.
I think he can be described as thrifty.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, as awful a person as he is, I think he can be.
I think Josh
he's not good. He's
he's free and easy with $1, man.
He's a thorough and generous lover. He doesn't go Dutch except in bed.
I think we all need to agree he's a big jerk, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah. Right now, I want to remind you.
Nobody likes him.
I want to remind you that there's something good going on. See, you can talk about the little things in life, but the great things in life, a great night's sleep. And I've been having a great night's sleep thanks to my Sleep Number bed. I love. What's your Sleep Number setting, Chet McGee?
100.
Well, that means at the touch of a button, his bed is nice and firm. Josh, your sleep number setting is
65.
That's less firm.
Hey, I'm Christy, and my sleep number is 40.
Had that been the real Christy Lee, her sleep number is 40. She likes a softer mattress.
Her voice.
It's a simple idea, but it is brilliant. Sleep Number has perfected the adjustable bed.
I hate vacation.
So, Christy, could you turn your mic off, please? Either side of the bed has its own setting. Here's the logic behind this. Research tells us 8 out of 10 couples prefer a different mattress firmness because we can't agree on everything. If you're like me, you get in the car with a certain person, and no matter where you go, you went the wrong way and you're parking in the wrong place. Now, 8 out of 10 couples agree on parking. No, they disagree on parking, and they disagree on the firmness of their mattress. So, Sleep Number has got that all worked out for you with adjustable firmness settings. Plus, they have what they call smart beds that can help you improve the way you sleep and how much you sleep. In fact, I was just reading that the average Sleep Number bed owner sleeps 28 more minutes in the best kind of sleep. So let's move forward here and choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number, because you want your best day to be every day because you had a great night's sleep. And here's the ultimate Sleep Number event. Save a staggering 50% on the Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed. Plus, special financing is available for a limited time, subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments are required. Get the details at sleepnumber.com/BT show. Sleep Number store is the only place to get the great Sleep Number bed. Sleepnumber.com/BT show. Coming up, movie news, and the dead are breathing.
And more on the Super Bowl 57 and the one, the only, Queen for a Day, Donna Kelsey. That's who you think it is. Yeah,
And
we'll talk about it.
Coming up, Dr. Sadie Allison and William Shatner will be our guest. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. The show is also out there for you on our YouTube channel. Watch and subscribe.
What do you want to hear?
Well, I was thinking
What music you want to hear?
I was thinking since it's summertime,
Yes.
and everyone's watching baseball, playing baseball. You have do you know your softball tribute?
Yeah, I can try to get through it better than I did the other one. Church league softball. Let's pull the key up.
Great idea.
There we go. Church league softball fist fight. Getting washed in the blood on a Tuesday night. What would Jesus do? Lord, he wouldn't do that. Knock hell out of a preacher with the softball bat. Well, the swinging shepherds from the sheep of the Savior were tied with the Sourwood Church of Christ, an example of some highly unholy behavior in a game that had already been protested twice. Something unbiblical must have been said for them to be aiming heat at a minister's head. Clocking the clergy ain't the thing to do, but neither's the high hard one on a 0-2. Church league softball fist fight, a bloody laying on of hands neath the left field lights, knocking out 4 teeth, getting a busted lip ain't exactly my idea of Christian fellowship. Church league softball fist fight, rolling around the pitcher's mound, it just don't look right for nice people from the church and the Sunday school class to trade the cup of brotherhood for a can of whoop ass.
Yeah. Thank you, Tim Wilson.
Bob and Tom.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
They put the F in professional.
Got an email yesterday from a listener wanting to hear fart number 2 sound effect. Chick McGee did not have fart number 2, but filled in fart number 3 sound effect, and it was a lot of fun. The laughs ensued. So, again, you can email us with any request. Bob and Tom at Bob and Tom is how you get a hold of us. We love to hear from our listeners each and every day. If you want to junior win bag us, let us know how we're doing or your personal thoughts on anything else. We love to hear from you. Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com is the email address. And again, Kostaki Economopoulos will be joining us today, and Dr. Sadie Allison as we get ready for Valentine's Day. She'll have some gift ideas for those of you that want to get those type of gifts. TickleKitty.com is her website, TickleKitty.com, and Kostaki.com for the other guy. All Pro Lines on Facebook. Dr. Sadie Allison and Kostaki Economopoulos and you on a Tuesday right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. I'm Mark Allison with your Bob and Tom news headlines. If you're in Washington State, check your Powerball tickets. One ticket in Washington overcame steep odds Monday night to win an estimated $747 million Powerball jackpot. The winning numbers were 5, 11, 22, 23, 69, and the Powerball 7. Lottery officials say a single ticket matched all 6 numbers, worth $754.6 million. the full jackpots for a winner opting for an annuity distributed by one immediate but partial payout followed by additional payments over 29 years. The winner also can opt for a one-time cash payment of $407.2 million. That sounds nice. Powerball says both prizes are the amounts before taxes. The jackpot was the 9th largest in U.S. history and, again, one winning ticket sold in Washington State. An intruder has breached the home of Air Force One, one of the nation's most sensitive military bases, according to a statement late Monday from Joint Base Andrews in Maryland, which also said a resident opened fire on the trespasser. No word on his condition. Joint Base Andrews, home to the fleet of blue and white presidential aircraft, including Air Force One, Marine One, and the Doomsday 747 aircraft that can serve as the nation's airborne nuclear command and control centers if it's ever needed. Not the first time the base's security has been breached. In February of 21, an intruder got onto the installation and climbed into a military aircraft. Death toll from the 7.8 magnitude earthquake and multiple aftershocks rose to more than 5,000 as more bodies pulled from the rubble of collapsed buildings. Turkey's Vice President Fuat Oktay said Tuesday the total number of deaths in Turkey had risen to more than 5,000. The earthquake struck early Monday morning, bringing down thousands of buildings, some 200 aftershocks. Temperatures are below freezing. And that's a look at your news headlines. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Would you like to ride in my Chinese spy balloon? Would you like to hide in my Chinese spy balloon? We could float through Montana and Carolina skies, and we can spy up and away in my Chinese spy balloon.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Coverage of Super Bowl 57 with Willie Griswold, Kostaki Economopoulos, and Frank Caliendo. This Thursday and Friday, exclusively on the Bob and Tom Show, here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, I'm Bert.
And I'm Ellie.
And we're proud to announce our new breakfast treat, Bert and Ellie's Muffin.
The Bert and Ellie muffin is delicious. But don't take our word for it. Here's our spokesperson, Eddie Van Halen.
Hey, thanks, man. Hi, Eddie Van Halen here. You know, I love munching on Bert and Ellie's muffin. In fact, I was just telling my wife, Valerie, Bert and Ellie's muffin is the best thing I've ever put in my mouth. Man, this is finger-licking good.
I bet.
This muffin is so good. I just can't keep it to myself. I suggest you right here.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Here we are. There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello, chick.
Christy Lee on vacation. There's Josh Arnold.
You're listening to Melodies the Gin Blossom Said No To. Ain't that the truth?
Man, I hate it when you're right. There's Ace Cosby. Hey. There's Willie Griswold.
On the head, my friend.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom.
He's all mad because his friends performed it.
My buddies did this.
I have an observation.
Go ahead.
And nobody has sat across from me longer than I have. Watch yourself. He's right about at the end.
Josh started it. I just tagged
There you go. Now we got music. Yeah.
It's on the show except for Mr. McGee. That's right.
Is that seriously, if you were getting together with your high school or your college buddies to drink, is that the stuff you guys would turn on together?
That's what the girls would turn on to go to the beach and see the boys.
They were looking for the boys.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got to go where the boys are.
Okay.
Where the Boys Are is actually a pretty good movie.
He's nailing it.
There you go. Wow. There's a lot of verse to come before you get to the Boys Are Better sound part.
Playing music's tiring. Well, I need a break.
Another 10 minutes before we say the Boys Are Better.
Guess who just got back today? Them wild-eyed boys that have been away. Haven't changed, had much to say.
That bitch can't take it, forget it. That's pretty much
she can't. If she don't want it, if she don't want it, forget her.
Yeah, well, you know what I'm saying.
You just
Right.
made Connie Francis cry. Do you know that?
Well,
Or if she don't want to know, that's what it is. If she don't want to know, forget her.
And
Yeah, it's not that bitch.
Phil Lynott was, what was he?
Phil Lynott.
I don't know if it's Lynott or Lynott. It is Lynott.
Did you have dinner with him?
Stupid.
No, I wish.
Okay.
Why not?
It's going to be hard to do
Amazing.
now.
Amazing songwriter.
Why not with Lionel?
It's Lynott.
I'm just saying, the educated.
And by the way, you could have a prop bet for Super Bowl 57. It's the highest payout. You can bet that the Eagles score exactly 4 points. And then your question was?
But only 4.
Oh, but only 4.
Highly unlikely. Now, have you ever seen Josh's favorite porno movie? He's talked about it before. Where the Boys Aren't.
It's not my favorite, but it's definitely. It was a series of lesbian porn films.
Oh, that's real?
Yes.
Yeah, where the Boys Aren't. And you said there's like volumes 1 through 7.
So many. Yeah. I didn't rent lesbian porn. It wasn't. I always felt like they don't want me watching this. This isn't for me. This is their moment, their time. This is kind of none of my business.
Okay, so but once again, Ms. Hooker was supposed to be doing news today, but something came up and she's unavailable. So we're just doing a guy show today, and we have another possible piano. You feel like you're on the beach.
I thought there was going to be like an edited, like a new version or something.
Oh, not yet. We'll get to that later.
What the?
No, I got something for you, Chick McGee. More Americans
I've
will
gone deaf from Connie Francis.
More Americans will wager more money on the Super Bowl than ever before.
Again, this year, until next year, and they break the record.
Right, yeah.
Gamblers are expected to bet a record $16 billion.
Yes, sir.
I bet it'll be over that.
A 110% increase from last year. And I assume this is the legal gambling.
Well, think about all the states and the apps, the betting apps out there now. People sitting there on the couch going.
It says 4 new betting markets have opened since last year's game, including Kansas and Ohio, both of which have launched in-person and mobile sports betting. Massachusetts, which launched in-person sports betting, and Maryland, which launched mobile sports betting.
So far, we have one bettor who went on to Bet MGM, and he bet $1 million. We don't have his name. And that bet on the Eagles, and it would win $800,000.
Boy, oh boy.
That's the biggest bet they have in so far. We're still looking for Mattress Max, see if he's going to sack up his really sagging sack.
And I'm guessing he took Eagles
Flushable
straight
at this point.
He took Eagles straight then, not Eagles minus 1.5.
Right. He bet the money line, yeah.
If you're going to bet $1 million, take the point spread. Have a little bit of fun, right?
Nah, I don't know. This betting world, I know just enough to lose everything I own. That's why this shoeing's fun. Ha, not betting. No, thank you very much.
But the prop bets are the ones that are weird and funny. You literally can bet what color the Gatorade will be.
Yep.
I like this one. The Super Bowl MVP speech. Who will be thanked first? The teammates, God, the city, the family, the coach, the owner, or none of the above.
Okay.
None of the above has to be a crazy long.
Yeah, that's plus 1,600.
Wife. I didn't hear wife on there.
Well, family or family members.
Oh, okay.
Or family member. That would, I guess, include wife.
Absolutely.
They're not going to thank the foreign press, right?
Some other...
That'd be hilarious.
The Golden Globe speech. Well, I want to thank the foreign press.
Also, there's some talk. This has gotten traction online. I think we're going to have to come back and talk about it. We'll talk about it. But fans online have created an online petition, and I, for one, would like to vote yes for this to happen. They want Donna Kelsey, the mother of Travis and Jason Kelsey, the brothers playing each other in the Super Bowl, to do the coin flip for Super Bowl 57. So there you go. And by the way, here's Jason Kelsey at last night's opening night at the Super Bowl. That's what they say call press day now. Jason talking about his little brother Travis, and his mom.
Mom probably likes Travis more. She keeps trying to hedge her bet and say she likes me now because I have kids, and that's a good way I've kind of leveled the playing field with Trav. But the baby always gets the love from mom.
So there you go.
Oh.
Don't ask. I don't know why there's music behind it. I'm sorry there is. I can't go back in time and have him to turn it off while he's talking, okay?
Seemed a little... Okay, sorry. How did you know I was going to ask?
Oh, I don't know.
I got a little surprise for you when we come back. I'm excited about this.
I bet you don't.
Coming up on today's show, we've been talking about Valentine's Day. We've got Dr. Sadie Allison, the expert on toys of an adult nature for the bedroom. Also, I had a chance to talk with William Shatner yesterday.
Cool.
And Mr. Shatner is on the road doing a very special live show in honor of Star Trek, The Wrath of Khan. He'll be in Charleston, West Virginia tomorrow night, and then Thursday night in Fort Wayne, and he's touring the country with a very special program. Yes.
Can I hear Pat Godwin's fabulous William Shatner song?
Sure, when we come back.
Ready to go.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got something to say? Send us an email, bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Now, your kids are, 11 is your son, right?
Yes, correct.
How old's your daughter?
6.
6. Okay, great.
Yeah,
she still gets away with stuff, probably. 6 years old.
She's so funny that I just refuse to punish her for anything.
Right.
She came up from kindergarten one day and she goes, "Dad, Stacy and I were playing catch and she hit me right in the balls." She only has an older brother. She's only heard that area referred to as that. A good dad would tell her that she's wrong. I am not going to do that. I have chosen to use that to my advantage. She'll be on her first date making out with some dude and she'll be like, "Touch my ball." Guess who's done making out? Until at least college, because now everyone in high school thinks she has balls. Thanks, Facebook.
Best daddy, come on.
Hey, you have the Bob and Tom Show app on your phone. You know someone who might like that Bob and Tom Show app. It's available for free in the Google Play or iTunes Store. Once you download the app, you can listen to your local radio station. Tune in to us here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Even set an alarm that'll wake you up with the show. It's the Bob and Tom Show app. Check it out. Let those you know who don't have it. It's available and it's free, again, in the iTunes or Google Play Store. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. On the way on this Tuesday, Dr. Sadie Allison from TickleKitty.com. Oh, my goodness. And comedian Kostaki Economopoulos with a look at the National Football League. The Super Bowl coming up on Sunday. All Pro Lines on Facebook.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. The hottest ticket in town for advertisers officially sold out. Fox said Monday that in-game commercials for Super Bowl 57 have all been sold. The big game between the Chiefs and the Eagles takes place Sunday night. Super Bowl is advertising's biggest stage. Advertisers get their products in front of more than 100 million people that watch each and every year. Ads went this year for more than $7 million for a 30-second spot. Most sold between $6 and $7 million. From the NBA, Kyrie Irving is now a member of the Dallas Mavericks, with the trade from Brooklyn becoming official. The guard will now be paired with fellow All-Star Luka Doncic, could make the Dallas debut tomorrow night at the Clippers. NBA winners last night: Cleveland, Boston, L.A., Clippers, Chicago, Sacramento, Dallas, Golden State, and Milwaukee. Top 25 college basketball winners: number 9, Kansas; number 19, Miami win. And in the NHL, the Isles, Florida, and Arizona all win in regulation. New Jersey and the Rangers win in overtime. And Dallas wins in a shootout, beating Anaheim. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Coverage of Super Bowl 57 this Thursday and Friday morning on the Bob and Tom Show.
And now an important message from your friends at Frigamall Orthopedic Laboratories.
Hi, Brenda. Ready to go jogging?
Sorry, Christy. I can't. Didn't you notice I'm limping?
What happened? Did you blow a knee out?
Well, my knees do hurt.
What do you mean?
Well, we were on our way home last night, and Bob started feeling romantic, so we pulled down a gravel road. And today, my knees are really killing me.
Girlfriend, I've got just the thing for you. They're called Atta-Girl knee pads.
With their soft, cushiony padding, you can say goodbye to sore and scraped knees. Atta-Girl knee pads fit right in your purse, so you can take them anywhere. Perfect for a Friday night date or that important job interview.
Hey, Brenda, how'd it go last night?
Well, my knees feel great. But, do the Atta-Girl people make lozenges?
You whore.
Atta-Girl knee pads. Order today, and you'll receive a free head helmet. You'll love wearing this stylish tabletop helmet with its flat, level surface, big enough to hold his beer, remote control, and a magazine.
Atta-Girl knee pads.
Protective goggles sold separately.
Hello, this is comedian John Evans, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. But it's strange living back in America, you know. I mean, America's like a foreign country to me in a lot of ways.
Why?
I don't know, things are weird. You know, I have friends that don't eat bread anymore. Everybody's on a low-carb diet.
Well.
And Jesus said, take this bread and eat it. It is my body. And the disciples said, Jesus, we're all on a low-carb diet. We appreciate you dying for our sins, but we're all trying to slim down a little bit. We want to look good in the painting.
Hey, Bob and Tom, it's Donnie Baker, man. I just wanted to let you guys know about my new part-time job. Oh. Hell, I'm giving commencement speeches to graduating classes at colleges. Really? Hey, where's my music? You know, pomp and circumcision. Anyways, man, this is easy money. Thing is, I don't lie to them like most of these people do, man. No. I tell them, hey, this time next year, your main concern will be whether I want fries or apple dippers with my Big Mac. It's kind of like a Scared Straight program and graduation all in one. And I also tell them they're leaving behind the time and place where getting laid was easier than it ever will be again for the rest of their whole lives. From here on out, man, it only gets harder, sadder, and more complicated. It's laws of nature. Look it up. Then when the hot chicks come up to get their diplomas, I'll yell at them to flash a little boob. I swear to God I do. Donnie Baker, I put the GED in graduate. I gotta go.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
If you want to turn your daddy parts orange, eat some Cheetos and watch some porn.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Great windows.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on vacation. There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello.
There's Josh Arnold.
Hi there.
At the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair. There's Ace Cosby. Hey. There's Willie Griswold.
Good morning.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much. Kind of a special day today, something a little bit different. And here's a little treat for you, because there are no ladies in the building right now. Because Jess Hooker, something came up. She couldn't be here to sit in for Christy Lee, and, well, we have a special theme today. Miss Connie Francis.
Well,
who's that?
It's not Connie Francis. But it's somehow
Hunter?
It's worse.
Is that Francis Connie?
Is it Tab Hunter?
No,
wasn't he in Where the
John
Boys
Grant and his version of Where the Boys Are.
John Grant.
From what I understand, Tab Hunter was often Where the Boys Are.
Yes, that's why I thought he'd be singing it.
And he was his real name was Dick Hunter.
I am on the hunt.
I think I hear one.
Continuing.
As opposed to Josh Arnold, whose detective name is Hunter Fortuna.
So, in your head, are you going fat or are you going girls tuna? What is it? What's going on in your head?
I thought he was going women there.
Yeah, so did I. I was just curious. I didn't know.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be fat.
Super Bowl 57
for pizza, but
opening night media extravaganza continued last night, and Cooper Manning, or as Peyton calls him, Cooper, was for some reason walking around interviewing folks dressed from head to toe in a cowboy outfit.
Oh, yeah?
He had, of course, the Cowboys are not involved in the Super Bowl, but he has a cowboy hat, a flannel shirt, a suede vest. He was wearing cowboy boots.
He looks like he does like weather in Utah or something.
I don't know what Cooper was, but I'm sure it was America Loves It, and it was absolutely hilarious. But he interviewed Patrick Mahomes, and Mahomes started to admire Cooper's cowboy outfit, and Mahomes said, I tell you what, if we win the Super Bowl and you're wearing those cowboy boots, you come out with me and start celebrating, and we'll drink champagne from your cowboy boots. Patrick Mahomes said that.
Wow.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, in Arizona, that constitutes a binding contract.
It does,
so
for sure.
I think that has to happen if Patrick Mahomes
That'd be great.
wins the Super Bowl. I don't think he's going to have to worry about it, but that's just...
Oh, is that a hint for the
Nope,
shoe-in pick?
Nope, not at all. I didn't say anything. Not at all. NFC East. Just sounds like a bunch of drunks from life at the very beginning.
Play it again.
All right, somebody, can anybody sing? Well, let's try. Let's try it. Let's run through it one time. Anybody?
Now just the white guys.
Fight!
Who wants to fight?
Punch your wife.
Grease the poles.
Somebody's got to do something about his wife, I think.
I like to play that while getting an enema. That's my thing.
Are you getting the enema?
I don't know. Now, we promised...
I got another weird bet for you.
Just a second. Coming up, it's going to be Dr. Sadie Allison.
Yes.
So I don't like the word sexpert.
I like it.
But she's an authority on human sexuality.
She'll
and
have floppy dilds and
happens to be a
slippery slits for us to look at.
Could we just all handle this?
Oh, okay.
She is also a proprietress, is that a word, of a store that sells various
fake weens,
play toys. It's called TickleKitty.com.
Cool.
If you're looking for maybe the Valentine's Day gift that keeps on buzzing. We'll find out about that from Dr. Sadie Allison coming up. Also coming up, I had a chance yesterday to talk to Mr. William Shatner, and it was so great talking to him. I think he's about to turn 92, and he sounds like he's 40. And he's on tour doing a special thing with Live on Stage where they'll show the movie The Wrath of Khan, and he'll answer questions about it. I talked to him about that. I talked to him about going to space, and his response, very deep, and you'll see. We're going to feature that interview in just a few minutes, and I'll remind you that Mr. Shatner will be on stage in beautiful Charleston, West Virginia at the Clay Center Wednesday evening, and then Thursday in Fort Wayne at the Embassy Theater. Lots of other stops coming up, which I'll review with you. But now, Mr. Godwin, I understand you have developed a special a tribute to Mr. William Shatner, and you hats off to Tim Cavanaugh. Is that correct?
Exactly.
Okay.
My poor girlfriend has irritable bowel syndrome, and William Shatner souvenirs displayed in her home. She is Shatner pants. She is Shatner shoes. She is Shatner girdles. Sometimes people don't even notice. She is Shatner sheets. She is Shatner underwear. She is Shatner jammies. A Star Trek bed. She's even Shatner too. That's a lot of S's.
I think I would change the is's to has. I think it would make the double entendre.
We went over this with a fine-tooth comb last time.
I'd make it a has.
One more sports story right now. We'll have more when we come back. But first, Tom Brady has decided he's going to take a year off before joining the broadcast booth. He told my boy Colin Cowherd during the Monday's episode of The Herd on Fox Sports 1 and Fox Sports Radio yesterday that Tom said he'll not start his broadcasting career with Fox until the 2024 NFL season. 7-time Super Bowl champ, retired last week, 23-year career. Signed a 10-year deal with Fox last May to become the network's top analyst when he decided to retire for good. Brady expected to eventually join Kevin Burkhardt on Fox's top team. Greg Olson, get your stuff. Brady is still not expected to be a part of Fox's Super Bowl pregame coverage.
Somebody's handing him an empty file folder box.
Sunday. Here you go, dude. It's been nice, Greg. Thanks. Get out. Tom Brady's coming in. I would imagine Greg Olson will stay with the network in some way and just go to a lesser, what they think a lesser broadcast team.
And it'll be interesting to see if he's any good, if Brady can do it.
Well, he's going to take a year off, and he said he's going to get really good at it, he said. So.
I heard he was going to backpack across Europe. Take a nice
or
year.
What Isle Royal? What are you hoity-toities backpack across?
Isle Royal in Lake Superior.
There we go.
Spot.
Yeah, that's it.
Moose, wolf. It's a beautiful.
Those are your frat buddies?
And why do why do the intelligentsia, the privileged, why do they consider? I had an ex-wife who did this. Is why I'm
did what?
Backpacked across Isle Royal. Across, as my mother would say, Isle.
You can
Isle
backpack lots of places.
Well, why does it seem like the snotty choose Isle Royal? In my opinion,
the snotty, I would say the adventurous, the non-lazy.
Oh my gosh,
the non-lazy.
Anyone
who doesn't backpack Isle Royal.
Hang on a second. I have no dog in this fight. I'm fine. Go right ahead.
It's not a regional issue. It's not that they don't have access to it. No, it's just that they're lazy.
They're lazy. They don't have the. Maybe it would be a fast airline ticket to get to.
There are fine places to hike throughout this great country of ours, in various urban centers.
But my point is, you don't hear the term. Well, my senior year. Well, I'm sorry, I misspoke. Before my senior year of college, I took a pause and backpacked across Isle Royal. You don't hear, I backpacked across my local Target is what I did. You don't hear, you know what, you know this is a thing. So stop acting like it's just, well, everyone does it.
I believe I didn't even mention it. I think someone else suggested.
I got a lot of problems, Tom.
Yeah, I've got
problems there.
Perhaps if you got some fresh air and maybe walked across some park, you'd feel better. Maybe flash some.
Maybe I should go do that now.
Coming up, speaking of flashing, we're going to talk with Dr. Sadie Allison.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We'll talk with Dr. Sadie Allison from Tickle Kitty, and
that's funny.
In just a few minutes, and I believe we have. Some toys that will be there's going to be a handout, if you will.
Oh, really?
So the class will get to try to describe these items.
I hope that she brought enough for everybody.
I want some clamps.
Something called the
you want a clamp?
The womanizer.
Oh, that's a very popular item.
Looks like an electric banana. And then there's the mushroom.
Electric.
I can't even say the names of some of these. There's the mushroom pleaser. And then there's the...
Look, if you got mushrooms out there, just let it out. Get it some air out in the backyard or something.
I get the mushroom pleaser for all my buddies. You know, there's some fun guys.
I'm sorry, I've interrupted. There's something called the
when you start making love,
the stroker.
Really?
Yeah. What do you do with the stroker?
Short.
You be stroking. We'll find out about all these toys.
Why am I forgetting that guy's name?
Coming up.
Clarence Carter?
Clarence Carter.
Famous for?
50.
The real sad song.
50. Oh, Patches, but there's another one, too. That's much better.
I'm dependent on you, son. Right now, I want to talk about Valentine's Day because this is a great gift. Christy Lee was talking about these off the air a couple of weeks ago. She got the naturally nude pajamas for Christmas. Loved them. They're called naturally nude pajamas because they are going to feel just like her soft skin. She'll love them. You will love them, fellas. Leave nothing to the imagination with naturally nude pajamas from Pajamagram. And there's a code to save 25% off. That code is nude, N-U-D-E. Knock 25% off that price at Pajamagram. By the way, they will also do a beautiful job gift wrapping it so it arrives ready for the presentation. Dim the lights and go, look at this. Open it up. The naturally nude pajamas exclusively from Pajamagram, once again with free gift packaging. If you missed out on the offer during Christmas, don't make the same mistake because once again last year they sold out before Valentine's Day. So get on it right now. Knock that, check that box off. That's how they say it. Go to pajamagram.com. Tell them the Bob and Tom Show sent you. And remember the code word, nude. N-U-D-E. Save 25% naturally nude pajamas. Tell them the Bob and Tom Show sent you once again, if you please. Coming up, Dr. Sadie Allison talking about some of these toys that might be a nice Valentine's Day gift. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Really? No, seriously. Really?
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Rolling through a Tuesday. It's February 7th. My name is Mark Allison. Christy Lee on assignment. And our sexologist, Dr. Sadie Allison, going to be stepping in here into the studio. Well, she'll be zooming her way in with her toys. Oh, and fun toys they are. Check them out for yourself at ticklekitty.com later on when you get a chance. Do some shopping for Valentine's Day. Dr. Sadie Allison has all sorts of gift ideas. On a Tuesday, also comedian Kostaki Economopoulos will be joining us. All Pro Lines on Facebook looking at the National Football League. The big game coming up on Sunday. And Kostaki and Willie Griswold will be live from Glendale, Arizona, covering all the action, along with our friend Frank Caliendo. It's going to be great. Hope you can join us for those special broadcasts. The Super Bowl edition coming up later this week on Thursday and Friday. And, of course, Chick McGee with his shoe-in pick of the week. Who will Chick McGee take for the Super Bowl? We'll find out together later this week right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with your Bob and Tom entertainment news headlines. Middle seats at many U.S. movie theaters just got more expensive. AMC Theaters is the nation's largest movie theater chain and has unveiled a new pricing scheme in which seat location determines how much your movie ticket costs. Seats in the middle will cost $1 or $2 more, while seats in the front row will be slightly cheaper. AMC said the pricing plan, dubbed Sightline, has already been rolled out in some locations, but will be in place by the end of the year at all domestic AMC theaters during showings after 4 p.m. Bourbon tourism is getting high. It reached new heights last year in Kentucky, where visitors flocked to large and small distilleries to see whiskey-making attractions. Attendance at distilleries along the Kentucky Bourbon Trail surpassed 2 million in 2022 for the first time ever. The Distillers Association created the Kentucky Bourbon Trail in 1999 to give visitors an intimate educational look behind the state's most historic distilleries. Spirit companies have invested huge sums into new or expanded visitor centers to play up the industry's heritage and allow guests to soak in the sights and smells of bourbon making. I believe Pat Godwin has a song about bourbon in Kentucky. Perhaps we'll hear it. And that's a look at your entertainment news. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Willie, Kostaki, and Frank. Super Bowl 57 coverage this Thursday and Friday morning on the Bob and Tom Show.
We had a guy die there.
That's right. I know the story.
I've seen some bad shows, but
now this guy actually died. A comedian named Ron Douglas actually died.
He died stopped breathing. Died.
He stopped breathing. Died.
Did he die in the green room?
He died in the green room.
And everybody went home and didn't know that.
And Larry Reed was there, and I was there.
And you didn't know he was dead.
No, I thought he was sleeping.
So you left him there.
We left him.
So you all the second show. So you all went home.
We all went home. So he's dead on the couch.
So you get a call the next morning.
We get a call the next morning, and Larry answered the phone. We were both staying in the same condo. Larry answered. He just hear he beat me to the phone. He got there. And he says, "What? Who? Dead."
That's Larry Reed.
Yeah. This is all I'm hearing. What? Who? Dead.
That could be the funniest thing I've ever heard in this room.
If you could do an impression of a guy with 3 words and nail it.
Who? Dead. And I've got this look on my face of Larry like, what? He hangs up the phone, looks right at me, and says, "Frickin' Ron's dead."
That's it. That was it.
Hey, it's Roy Wood Jr. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
There was this bass player, and he was sitting in a bar just getting really, really drunk. He was mad at the world.
Yeah.
He had been fired from his latest job, mad at everyone, just angry, drinking. So he leaves the bar. He's very, very drunk. He's walking down the street. And across the street is a nun walking the other direction.
Mm-hmm.
The bass player runs across the street, knocks her down, and just starts kicking her and hitting her and going crazy.
A drunk bass player.
A drunk bass player. And he looks down and says, "You're not so tough now, are you, Batman?"
This is why we get mail. That's it for our show. Based on
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on vacation. There's Pat Godwin in the performance studio.
Hello.
There's, over here. There's Josh Arnold.
Hi there.
At the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair. There's Ace Cosby. Hey. There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, man.
Hey, dude. I'm Chick McGee. And here's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much. We got a lot going on today. We have, let's see, William Shatner interview coming up, Kostaki Economopoulos talking the NFL, and we're going to hook up with Dr. Sadie Allison, who is our consultant when it comes to adult toys. And, oh, there she is. I can see her on the big screen right now. She's getting herself organized.
Hi, Doctor.
And hi, Sadie.
Guys.
Can you see us okay?
Now I do. Yes. Hey, Tom.
Hi.
Good to see you.
And Sadie, like I said, is on the big screen. And Sadie, we have a handout in the room. We have each been given a adult toy,
a plethora of pleasure items.
And
I would say.
I guess it's mine. Dean handed this to me, and apparently this thing is active and on. I'm holding it up right now. I believe this is called the Womanizer G-Spot Air Pleasure Delight. Am I getting it right?
That's right.
That's right. It looks like a purple banana. And this thing is active right now. It's vibrating. What is this stuff made of? It's like a rubbery, but it's not.
It's a medical grade silicone.
Okay, all right. And this thing, like I said, it's the size and shape of a banana, and there appears to be an orifice here.
Now, what happens if you put your finger in that?
It's vibrating.
Okay.
And if you push the button with the plus on it, it'll turn on the air suction, which is the really neat feature about this. So you remember the Womanizer product that we've talked about before? It's got the air suction.
Wildly
60
popular.
Orgasm.
Yes, and that was meant for mostly the outer.
That's right. That's for the pleasure button.
Yes.
And gave a lot of women the 60-second big O's. So this product that's called the Womanizer OG Air Pleasure for the G-Spot. So this is actually used internally.
Yeah, I just hit the plus button, and I think I can now cut oak with this thing.
Could you ready a cigar?
Like a car lighter.
Now, these toys have come a long way in the last few years. I know that because there are no batteries, right?
No batteries. They're all USB rechargeable. And what's really neat about this is it's got the sensor to touch. So the smart touch, when you put your finger against it or against your body, it turns on.
Wow. So as soon as you locate the Grafenberg spot, it knows, and it can be stimulated then.
Josh, you are so good.
A+ in human sexuality.
Nothing is more romantic than shouting out the word Grafenberg spot to a lady.
Eureka!
The G-spot. And it's multi-use. So you can use it there, but you can also use it externally on the pleasure button. And women and men also like it on nipples. So you've got this really wonderful air suction along with vibration this time, too. So it's a really powerful, sensual toy that really does the trick.
Now, the word womanizer typically has a pejorative meaning, wouldn't you say?
Sure. Back in the day, a man who went from lady to lady with no regard for
somewhat negative, certainly.
Sure.
Yeah,
Great Britney Spears song.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is not. This is something that the ladies will enjoy. We're speaking to Dr. Sadie Allison from TickleKitty.com. That's TickleKitty.com about various toys for the bedroom and perhaps for Valentine's Day. Josh, you have something over there. Hold it up by your face.
Sure. What does that look like to you, Tom?
Looks like a rose.
That's exactly right. This is the Rose Lover vibe. And I actually saw one of these being reviewed online, Sadie, and it seems to be very effective for female stimulation. Now, this is also for the pleasure button.
It's about the size of a tennis ball, a little bit smaller.
Yes, and when you turn it on, it's got all these lovely petals around it. So when you put it, the center to the pleasure button, it actually stimulates by kind of sucking and but I can actually see the flap sort of going.
Yeah. But it's big enough so it's not going to go journey to the center of the earth on you.
No. This isn't going to somehow make its way for the outer.
You don't need a retrieval stick.
Let's just say you could also put this on a nipple and it would stimulate as well.
Yeah,
and it's lovely.
It's a great newcomer toy too. It fits right in the palm, and it's actually inconspicuous and it's cute. So
I would think old comers would like it as well.
You could actually hide that. This would be a funny gift because you could hide it take it out of the box and hide it in a dozen roses.
Yeah. And
that's right.
Different speeds, different strengths here.
And by the way, we should point out that's prick free. As opposed to roses.
Yeah.
Prick free for now. Our guest is Dr. Sadie Allison. She's showing off some of her line of toys from TickleKitty.com. Are there any old school toys? This is a dumb question. Are there people who, in your opinion, are fixated on the old-fashioned toys that insist on, like, for example, someone who is fixated on VHS porn? Do you think there's someone who has to have the old-fashioned battery?
I can only use a hollowed-out branch with bees in it.
Yeah, they're. I actually prefer the tried and trues. That's why this year with this Tickle Her Kitty Valentine kit that I put together, I picked some of these practical toys that are easy to use, and some of the other ones that we'll talk about, so that they just work and they feel good. Because a lot of the more modern toys, they're not always quite ergonomically correct. So the ones that I'm picking out are very cherry-picked, if you will.
I have another dumb question, which is my specialty. Everything now seems to be tied into an iPhone or a smartphone of some sort. Are there any toys in this sphere that are tied to your phone?
Not today. There's a ton of app-controlled toys
awesome.
that are really wonderful, especially if you're in a long-distance relationship, because you can control the vibration and features from anywhere in the world with your partner. But today I wanted to just focus on some of the tried and true practical products that really feel great, that work well, and that provide a variety of different sensations and pleasures. So you have like the full gamut.
Sadie, Willie is holding up what looks like a fluorescent pink mushroom, a big one.
This is called the mushroom vulva pleaser.
Oh.
And a lot of guys are afraid to use toys in the bedroom, but I'm not. I'm a pretty fun guy. Okay.
Fun guy.
Mushroom. Nice.
Mushroom joke.
All right.
Everybody.
I got Sadie on board.
And it does look like a mushroom. It looks like what Princess Peach might use in the bedroom.
What's really great about this mushroom pleaser is that it's got this wide area surface, the mushroom head. So a lot of women are too sensitive on the pleasure spot. They don't like direct stimulation. So a product like this with this wide surface covers a lot more area of your skin, and there's thousands of nerve endings surrounding the pleasure button. So this toy, the mushroom, you can actually just use very gently all over the area of her flower, and it feels just amazing.
Is there a button on that thing?
Yeah, it can go.
Oh.
And then
there it is.
It can kind of change gears, too.
What? Oh, really? Pop it into third. Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, now back to one.
Sounds like Excitebike.
Our guest is Dr. Sadie Allison, proprietress, is that okay, of TickleKitty.com. She's been doing research on these various toys for quite some time.
Now, Tom,
yes.
Let's not leave out the men. There are toys specifically made for And right now I've got
that looks like a Fram oil filter.
It sure does.
Yeah, it's kind of maybe the size of half a thermos, and it kind of came in a thermos type.
Yeah, it does look like a thermos. Oh, it does look like a thermos.
So you take the ends off, and now you've got a ring, a large ring with a softer ring inside of it, and so obviously the male member goes in here. There's nothing electric or battery operated here. This is a complete manual.
Yeah, except, Josh, what's really wonderful about this is it's actually adjustable to the size of your own member.
Yes.
So if you spin the little ring here.
Right. Like if you, it's almost like focusing a camera.
Yeah, and if you look inside, you can see it getting smaller and bigger.
It's like the f-stop on a camera.
Yes.
Except the F stands for something else.
and when you look in, you can actually see the
so you're going from
walls.
You're going from venti to grande to tall.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really something.
Now, does Chick McGee have something over there that looks purple? I can see in a distance. What is that, Chickster?
Mine's dead. It's not charged. But that's fitting.
You hit the button on the button. By the way, the men's toy is called the Voy. It is just
VOY.
Yeah, the Voy men's.
Go, oh boy,
the one Chick has.
Right.
Chick has looks like the end of some kind of. You'd put a stick on that and use it to pick merchandise off the top shelf at Walmart.
Thank you very much.
That's the Butterfly Kiss. It's a dual stimulator, so it's got two different vibrators. One on the top for the G-spot, and then the other one for the pleasure button. And it's got these really soft butterfly wings that tickle her right where she wants it on the outside.
Absolutely. That's the whole shebang.
Is it tickling you over
Good
there?
Lord, now it's alive. Holy hell.
Look at that butterfly flapping about.
Oh, my God. Wait a minute.
Hold that thing up. Let me see it. Hold it by your face. I can't see it. Oh, yeah, I can see now.
Look at it flapping. Boy,
You can see where that would get the job done.
Wow. Is that a blender? Can you stick that thing in a shake and make your morning shake?
I would imagine you can be able to mix a little protein.
All right.
Talk about the butterfly.
Dr. Sadie Allison is our guest from TickleKitty.com. And she has a bunch of interesting things that are out there, including her special kit for Valentine's Day. And you can get a number of these things. And what's the name of the kit again, Sadie?
The kit is called the Tickle Her Kitty Valentine Pleasure Kit.
And, of course, with all these, particularly the VOY stroker, I say get some of that Go Love CBD Intimate Serum as well. It's CBD-infused lube, if you will, and paraben-free, of course. And
that's right.
It'll work wonders.
And CBD is the extract. It's not like it's got a CB radio in it, which would be awfully funny if you put that thing on and breaker 9-1.
Breaker damn near killed me.
Well, Sadie, you're looking terrific as always, and it's a great pleasure to speak to you. And you can find out all about this stuff at TickleKitty.com. Thanks, Sadie.
Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Thanks for having me.
You too, Sadie. Thanks so much.
That was good. This is fun stuff.
Yes.
Wow.
This is quite the thing here. It's not just smooth inside the string. It's got what they call rugae. You know what that is? It's a tissue that's sort of
TV show with
ridged. Like the roof of your mouth has rugae. So there's sort of ridges and so it sort of mimics.
I thought you'd prefer ragu.
Sometimes I have ragu on my rugae. Yes, Tom.
You don't have to play along.
I often use pasta sauce as lube. Why wouldn't I? It's right there on my end table. Already.
Have you noticed, Tom, do you notice you're the only one laughing? You know that?
That's all right.
If only you were. That would be nice. That really would be nice.
Coming up, we're going to speak with William Shatner. Also, we're going to talk with Kostaki Economopoulos. Mr. Shatner, by the way, is on tour. You'll recall he went into outer space last year for real. I asked him about that. I talked to him yesterday, and he had a really interesting answer about how that affected him. It took a while to sink in, actually.
Wow.
And it's kind of dark. Well, you hear what he said. He also talks a little bit about dogs and horses and, of course, a little bit about Star Trek, et cetera, et cetera. So we certainly look forward to talking with Mr. Shatner. But now we return to the sports page.
What?
With Chick McGee.
One more. Kyrie Irving is now a member of the Dallas Mavericks, and he's excited to be a Dallas Maverick.
Yeah.
But remember, that's what he said about when he was a Boston Celtic. He was
Sure.
excited to be a Boston Celtic.
And then when he was
with the Brooklyn Nets, he's excited to be a
quite
Brooklyn
excited.
Net. Yeah, and now, but he always has said he wanted to go to his own team. So he got to Dallas and he goes, Luka Doncic plays here. What the hell's he doing here? So I don't know how long.
And he's a free agent at the end of the season. So
yeah, we don't know how long any of this is going to last, or if Kevin Durant's going to go now. And that's sports for right now, Tom.
Well, thank you very much, Chick McGee.
Now remember, here's the Drunken Philly 100 with Fly, Eagles, Fly. Here they are now.
Sounds like George of the Jungle.
Fight! Where? Fight! Oh, sorry.
What'd you call me?
Throw batteries at Santa.
Are you looking
batteries
at
Santa? It's been done.
Yeah.
That was an actual incident.
Where we go, whatever you do, always be a good sport. More looking ahead to Super Bowl 57 coming up all week.
All right, thank you very much. Coming up in the news, we have, technically we have an intro for this next piece.
Time now for international weed news.
International weed news, ladies and gentlemen. A Missouri business has created an 11-foot tall functioning bong.
Really?
This story comes to us from the Springfield News Leader.
That seems like too much. Now, maybe I'm wrong, and I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I would think you'd need a lot of suction power. It's a 150-pound bong called the Reactor, currently being housed at Weedman and Glassman, a wholesale tobacco product distributor.
That's what a perfect name.
The owner,
hilarious,
Joseph Spina, partnered with Cade Made, a Midwest 3D printing company specializing in smoke accessories, to create the massive smoking device.
Is there any percolators on this thing? Is it a tube? Is it
It's second in size to Bongzilla.
Sure.
A 24-foot, 800-pound bong at the Cannabis Museum in Las Vegas.
Now, Willie, were you aware of Bongzilla before your father said that?
I don't think so.
Oh, really? I was.
That's good.
The so-called Bongzilla can hold a quarter-pound of marijuana and 100 gallons of water. There's a staircase that wraps around it. And again, according to this news report, the bong is functional.
Huh.
Now, I wondered, do you suppose they had to pay a fee to use Bongzilla?
I don't know.
You know, the big thing with that, I think, and Josh can help me on this, I think Godzilla's sound is more trademarked than the actual lizard. Isn't that right?
The sound definitely is.
I think Ace told me this. The song Godzilla, didn't Blue Oyster Cult have to pay a fee?
Yes.
So I don't know if Bongzilla, or maybe they could have gone with King Bong, but amazing. How could you puff enough or whatever, suck enough to get any of the
I think this is maybe just a novelty item. I look at a picture of it, and it's like the place where you would normally put your mouth, which is, say, the size of a shot glass, is, it's the diameter of a bucket that you'd get at Home Depot or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't think one person could actually use this.
Well, you definitely have to have somebody remove the, what do they call that thing at the
That's
end?
called a bowl.
The bowl, yeah, I'm sorry, yeah.
There's a guy standing next to it. It looks like an upside-down water tower. And it glows in the dark, yeah. Not real practical.
Yeah, I think it's just an art piece.
Yeah, but they have some other blown glass bongs that are works of art.
Oh, yeah, man.
They're just a few feet high. If that's your scene, check this out on the Springfield News Leader.
If that's your scene.
That's how I speak. I've been taking lessons and tried to sound more street.
Well,
Jack Webb.
Less effete.
Is that your scene, man? Let me tell you something, hippie.
It was Friday, October 6th. It was cooler in Los Angeles. We were working the night watch out of Juvenile Division. The boss is Captain Morris.
There's no reason.
My partner's Bill Gannon.
You should have that at the ready.
My name's Friday.
My name's Friday.
Just happened to have it, just in case. If you want to get a 2-story bong for Valentine's Day,
hippie,
it is huge.
Out of here, you filthy ne'er-do-well.
Coming up, we have some Star Wars news.
Nerd.
We have mega nerd in the news.
I don't like anybody.
And we're going to bring back sports for a world record that I just found. That's I really think is great.
You dumb jock. I'm the curmudgeon, you see.
And Josh, for you, I found a news story for a woman who is famous. On Instagram. Have you heard of this woman? She calls herself Mary Magdalene.
No.
And it gets worse.
This can't be good.
It gets worse. It involves 38J breast implants.
Cool.
What?
Not cool. Freakish and weird and awful. Yeah. You know, just because America's the land of the free doesn't mean you're that free. You don't have to do that. We'll find out what mistake she made. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com. More Bob and Tom next. State law.
This is the creepiest space story ever.
A NASA astronaut who spent over a year in space now has different DNA from his twin brother.
What?
Yep. In total, Scott Kelly has spent over 500 days in space, and you'll recall that 342 of those were consecutive aboard the International Space Station. His identical twin, Mark Kelly, also a retired astronaut, had the same DNA until a NASA study on the long-term effects of space travel revealed Scott's DNA has changed.
Isn't that amazing?
Most of Scott's genes returned to normal after his return to Earth, though 7% of his genes are still different from his brother's. Yeah, that's really weird.
Is that a good paying job to be an astronaut?
Not really.
That's a good point. It's not, right?
Not
Considering what you have to do, right?
Yeah. It's a government gig, so whatever the scale is.
What do you think that is? I have no idea. Is it $1 million a year? Is it 500,000?
no.
Do you think they have a time clock in space in the capsule every day?
I think they got to punch in. There's no question about it.
I honestly think they get some kind of flight pay when they're up. I mean, if it
so that's more than they do.
Kind of a bonus if they go up top, as opposed to just staying down here with the common man.
No, seriously, I'm asking. I think they get flight pay.
They started a GS-11 that's $66,000 a year, and a GS-14 can earn up to $144,566
Can we agree
a
that's
year.
ridiculous?
Is it?
Yeah. I mean,
It is
astronauts are
ridiculous.
arguably smarter than anybody in this room. Tom, I know you'll take exception to that.
No, not at all.
But they are. They're arguably more intelligent than any of us.
We've had,
and I make 500 times that.
And he's just guessing.
And I'm just guessing. That's ballparking. That's just me throwing numbers around.
No, we've had Dr. David Wolf in here, and he's smarter than everyone in the.
Well, now we know he's not. Look what he's working for. That guy's dumb. You work for that money, you go up into the stars, you're dumb.
Cheat death, you're dumb.
You're dumb.
Statement by the Virginia company says the jobs will be reduced through a combination of attrition and layoffs this year. Seattle Times reports the company, which has been one of Washington state's largest private employers, plans to outsource about a third of the eliminated positions to India. A Boeing official tells the Times the other positions will be eliminated as the company makes reductions in finance and human resources support services. Meanwhile, the hottest ticket in town for advertisers officially sold out. Fox said Monday that in-game ads for Super Bowl 57 have all been sold. The big game between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles takes place this Sunday. The Super Bowl is advertising's biggest stage, with advertisers jockeying to get their products in front of the more than 100 million people that watch each year. Mark Evans, Executive Vice President of Ad Sales for Fox Sports, said a few ads went for more than $7 million for a 30-second spot. Most ads sold between $6 million and $7 million for the game this Sunday. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, Shooter, it's Kenny Tarmac. Hey, we just landed. I'm an ORD, just got in from TPA through ATL. And hey, guess what else just landed? The Bob and Tom app. I know. Now, thanks to the Bob and Tom app, even if I have to go all the way from Foxtrot 20 down to Alpha 4, I can still listen live, see their videos, find an affiliate station, use the alarm, and even send a message. This is Kenny Tarmac signing off and reminding you everything I touch turns to sold.
Exclusive one-of-a-kind Super Bowl coverage this Thursday and Friday, only on the Bob and Tom Show, right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Friday, 8 p.m.
Hi, excuse me. I'm having a dinner party and I've run out of coffee. Might I borrow some?
Sure. Here you go.
A few minutes later.
Excuse me. Could I trouble you again for some more coffee?
I just gave you some 10 minutes ago.
I know, but my guests are really big coffee drinkers.
Okay, here you go.
Thanks. Do you mind if I ask you a question?
What?
Do you live here alone?
Yeah, why?
Shortly thereafter.
You again?
I need more coffee.
It's impossible.
Okay, but it is possible that you want me.
No. Good night.
2 minutes after that.
Go away.
Stalker's Choice Coffee. The coffee is so good, he'll come back again and again and again.
More coffee. More coffee.
Go away.
Need some coffee.
I'm going to call the police.
You want it so bad.
I'm calling 911.
You want it so bad.
Stalker's Choice Coffee. Share some with a neighbor. Stalker's Choice. It's what obsessive-compulsive relationships are made of.
Bob and Tom. You can pick your morning radio show, and you can pick your nose, but you can't wipe Bob and Tom on the couch.
Comedian Steve Altman. It's the technology. What we can do today. We can put a man on the moon. We can send cameras out to Saturn, take pictures, send them back. Computers. You know, but we still can't make a coffee maker that doesn't go... Hell, that wakes me up. I don't really need the coffee now, thanks. I'm awake and irritable. I got one of those cordless phones.
Yeah.
And those are cool. You can walk around the house, be outside. You can be in the bathroom now and be on the phone. This is great. That noise? Oh, I'm making coffee right now.
You don't say we didn't warn you. There's laughter ahead.
You guys want to grab lunch?
We can't go anymore.
Holy
That's
cow.
a good day's work, everybody.
It's simple. It involves beer.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on vacation. She'll be back Monday. There's Pat Godwin.
Hey, chick.
In the performance room, there's Josh Arnold.
Hi.
He's at the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair. There's Ace Cosby. Hey. There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, man.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
I want to just do a real quick sort of editorial comment here. Plastic surgery is great. If you need it, fantastic. I mean, there are brilliant surgeons out there helping people. But if you've, we got a story coming up about this alleged Instagram model that her 38J breast implants, one of them exploded. We'll have that story.
Oh, no.
Ace looked up her picture and he goes, oh, my God, she's hideous. Yeah, there's such a thing as too much of a good thing. If you've seen Madonna, if you saw Madonna at all on the Grammys, she's had so much plastic surgery that she's unrecognizable.
What's the old joke about that? She has a goatee or something? What is that?
Facelift.
No, the old joke is if one more facelift, she'll have a goatee. Right. That was a much more effective joke in the days of pubic hair.
I bet so.
Yeah.
It's a good point.
Although
this has been talking comedy to death.
Yeah.
Well, this is an all-boys show today. Ms. Hooker had something come up and could not make it in, so we're just doing the guys. With Mr. Godwin, and we've got, of course, Josh, as you pointed out, sitting at the IHateStevenSinger.com sidekick chair. Now, where were we? I got to do a quick news story here.
Please. Anything but the rambling.
That's how this show works, Josh. I don't know if
Well, kinda.
a 9-year-old. Well, you just can't wait to try that sex toy, can you?
Try. Wait. It's on right now.
This will make you feel.
All right.
A 9-year-old boy in Pennsylvania has graduated from high school.
Oh, yeah. The new, he loves astrophysics, I guess. Yeah, I saw this guy. Yeah.
And I don't know how you pronounce his last name. Balogun. Balogun? Maybe David Balogun.
Balogun, where do you roam?
9 years old. Graduated from high school from Reach Cyber Charter School.
Gun will travel.
He says, I want to be an astrophysicist, and I want to study black holes and supernovas.
Wow.
After completing a semester at Bucks County Community College, he's looking at major colleges and universities to find the right fit for him.
And he's a member of Mensa.
I'll bet. He's 9 years old and already graduated from high school.
Good for him.
Did you see the thing on TV? They asked him what he's looking for, and he's trying to find a frat house that has a bounce house, so he can have.
I bet there are many, many frat houses across the country that have a bounce house.
You know what? You're probably right.
The grossest, moldiest bounce houses you have ever seen.
Yeah. Oh, God. Can you imagine doing a DNA test on the creases in a frat house bounce house?
Let's me and you go bro down at the bounce house.
That's where Mondor barfed. Anyway, congratulations. What a smart kid.
Yeah, wow.
Could you grab that?
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Bob and Tom, it's Donnie Baker.
Hey, Donnie, how are you?
I'm good, but explain to me, Tom, how in the hell does a 9-year-old graduate high school anyway?
I don't know. It's amazing. He must be smart.
I mean, do they bus him over to the grade school for recess regular?
Yeah, I hope so.
For God. Fact remains, recess is my favorite class all through schooling years. Hell, even when I went to small engine repair. But when I was his age, when I was 9, it was all about recess and science.
Science? Oh, wow.
It's only because my 5th grade science teacher, Miss Halton, had a big old set of hammers. Nice. And she used to bend over a lot in class, and we'd accidentally, on purpose, drop test tubes and beakers on the floor.
Uh-huh.
I swear to God. She was the same teacher they had used for sex ed for us, which was perfect. Because 9 times out of 10, I was in her class, I was already pitching a tent in my tough skins.
Uh-huh.
You laugh. Not many could put a door ding in tough skins. That's when I knew I was built different. Anyways, I don't know why this 9-year-old show-off is in such a hurry to graduate. I mean, think about it. Now he has to get a job cashiering at the Dollar General or cleaning out Canadian nickels from the coin star machine. Because when you're young and dumb like him, work looks fun. You get to wear a uniform every day, skim Funyun money out of the register. Then you do it for a whole week on the clock and spend the rest of your life wishing you'd just stayed in school longer.
Well, I mean, he's...
Well, good luck to this small fry right to his face. I mean, if he's looking for work, I'll say it like this. Let him know the Pork Pistols are looking for a new roadie.
Really?
Yeah, that'll put some hair on the boy's chest. We had to fire old one on the spot. I don't know how many times I had to tell him, the cases go in the trailer and the road beef goes on the bus. I swear to God. I mean, we called it a bus. It's just Scotty Winkler's Astro van, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I better run. What if he just put tinfoil in the microwave again? I gotta go.
Thanks.
Don't go there.
Thanks, Donnie. Hope the house doesn't catch on fire. Now, did we have anything else in sports, or we've polished it all off? Or
I think we're done. We could hear the drunks sing "Fly Eagle Fly" again, if you'd like.
That's
sure.
And now the Philly drunks.
What are you looking at?
Fight me! Fight me!
I bet I can beat up that cop.
And you say this won't be the Chiefs' fight song very long, huh? Much longer?
It sounds like a bad Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah, it does.
The Chiefs are on the warpath.
New for 1977, the Dodge Daytona.
Go Chiefs, go! Go Chiefs, go! Go Chiefs, go!
Do they still have the horse that runs around Arrowhead when they score a touchdown, or did they get rid of that? Remember that guy?
Is the horse still there, but they got rid of the guy that was on the horse?
Yeah, he was dressed up like,
the headdress and everything.
Right, with the war paint. And but I think the horse was named War Paint, actually.
Oh.
I think it was.
Yeah. Would they have that for the Super Bowl, though?
I can't imagine they would bring the horse.
They bring the horse.
That'd be kind of cool, but I don't see that happening.
Where are the shovelers?
Yeah. I mean, nothing can go wrong now. Well, it seems like he slipped on the 23-yard line when
they have a couple of eagles that they have at the link. They fly around every day.
We'll just shoot them under the concussion tent.
Do you
oh no, Jim. Oh, no. They took the horse into the blue tent, Jim.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah.
Well,
all right.
Do you have the world record music? I just found one. I got a good one here, I think. I think you're going to like this.
Stupid world record.
Yesterday was stellar. Remember yesterday's?
Actually, we should come back with it.
Oh, okay. Okay, yesterday's world record.
The conga line of dogs.
That was
the best.
great to watch.
Very cute.
I was showing that to people all day long. I
Strangers at coffee.
had it on my
and
phone.
he was. Hey, get a look at this.
I walked in this one place. I was getting some iced tea, and they had two of their dogs there.
Oh.
I said, you like dogs? And I was saying,
we hate them.
I was saying hello to their dogs, and I showed them the conga line with dogs.
Big line of 7 people behind them.
Hilarious.
I got a damn coffee.
Who's that nut up there trying to...
Griswold again, of course.
Just showing videos. When we come back, we have another Guinness World Record that's quite exciting. Coming up, our NFL correspondent, Kostaki Economopoulos. Willie and Kostaki are going to meet in Phoenix coming up sometime tomorrow. Willie's on his way to Phoenix. That'll be fun for some Super Bowl pregame stuff. Also, we're going to talk with, we're going to hear my discussion, actually, with Mr. William Shatner.
Billy Shatner.
That's coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Catch any part of the show you missed later today on our YouTube channel.
This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hello.
And we've had a wonderful morning because we have a terrific guest in the studio. Sitting next to Christy Lee, it's a veteran of many years with a guitar. A guy who...
I thought you were going to say bottle.
I can't, Pat, I tried.
Well,
this is why I get the reputation of being the dick in the show, but no, I'm trying to do something nice.
No, you are the dick on the show. Oh, yeah.
Who put the dick on the show?
Blamed it all on me.
See, this is... I'm
not going to say anything until I'm introduced.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Pat
Daly is here with us.
Thank
Pat.
you. Good morning, everybody. Nice to see you.
Hi, Pat.
Well, Pat, good to see you.
You do an annual residency, if you will, at Sloppy Joe's. That's the place that does the famous Hemingway lookalike contest every year.
Yeah.
And you could actually...
And you win every year,
You
don't
could
you?
certainly place in that.
They've been after me for a lot of years to do that. And now I say I'm too old. He shot himself last year.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Let me play a song for you.
Okay.
Please.
Ohio is having a blizzard. Missouri is having a flood. Oh, I can't read the paper. It's too small.
Must be the martinis.
Okay. Where's that music stand?
Would you like chicks
Okay, here we go.
readers?
Here we go.
You want my
Missouri-
cheaters?
Okay, let me start over. Okay, Ohio is having a blizzard. Missouri is having a flood. Most of the South is having a drought. And Malibu's having a slide in the mud. San Francisco is having an earthquake. They say she won't last through the year. The whole country is reeling in recession, and I'm having one more beer. Oh, I'm having one more cold one till the news and the blues disappear. The world's on the brink, but there's time for a drink, and I'm having one more beer.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
wait. My sister is having a breakdown. My son is having a toke. My dad is having his old emphysema, and I feel like having a smoke. My buddy is having a sexual crisis. He's smiling at me kind of queer. Uh-oh. My secretary's having her pregnancy test, and I'm having one more beer. I'm having one more cold one till it all hits the wall and disappears. My wife's having fitsin' and cat's having kitsin', and I'm having one more beer. My daughter is having her nose pierced. My mom is having her butt tattooed. My brother is having an affair with my wife. Uh-oh. Guess who's the one getting screwed? So if you're having heart palpitations about the way things are heading around here, just give that waitress a pat and tell her that I'm having one more beer. Yeah. Geez, I'm going to have to practice that one.
I love that song.
I couldn't read my words there.
That's all right.
I don't know why. I got to get them up this close now.
Stick around. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Mail at bobandtom@bobandtom.com from Mr. Josh Arnold.
I have a trucker request, nothing too crazy. I'd just like to hear fart sound number 2, please.
Is that right?
That's right.
Well, I don't have fart sound number 2. I have fart sound number 3.
I think that's a fine substitute. There you go, Cody.
No, like many sequels, like The Godfather 3, not good.
Oh, you don't know.
Godfather 1, good. Godfather 2, great. Godfather 3, not good.
I can't disagree more.
I think we're dealing.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Coverage of Super Bowl 57 with Willie Griswold, Kostaki Economopoulos, and Frank Caliendo. This Thursday and Friday, exclusively on the Bob and Tom Show, here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Now, have you ever done a cop convention or anything?
I just did one last night.
Did you really?
Yeah, you know, and they're fun because they understand stuff that I'm talking about, you know. I always say
Unlike the normal audience.
Yeah,
Yes,
the biggest misconception people have about police is that we really care. Because don't. If you see a wreck and you can make a U-turn, you're going to do it.
Sometimes you just get stuck.
Oh, you know, you just don't want to hear it. It's always the same thing.
I want to hear it.
That's true. Every time you make a traffic stop, I ain't out catching real criminals. Well, I'll tell you the truth, lady, I'm not that good at this job. I'm trying to figure out a way to get disability without actually hurting myself. See, I was a smart aleck.
Didn't take it all that serious.
Oh, yeah.
Did you?
Oh, heck no. People would make U-turns on the expressway. I'd pull up behind them and go over my microphone and go, you know, because it says authorized vehicles only. Ooh.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on vacation. There's Pat Godwin.
Hello.
There's Josh Arnold at the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair.
You better believe it.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. There's Willie Griswold.
I'm chilling out this morning.
I'm Chick McGee. And here's Tom Griswold.
Good morning. Hi, Tom.
Why do you start?
What happened?
Why do you start something else when I say, "Here's Tom Griswold," and
I
you're
was
almost under your desk looking for something? Why do you do that?
There was some stuff on my.
I can't be taking you by surprise.
Like schmutz?
Yeah, I had to use this blower device.
Yeah, the canned compressed air. Yeah,
I love this stuff. The canned air.
You're welcome. I got you that.
And whoever gave that to you, the entire case of it,
he lost it.
They did not do this show any favors.
Yeah,
it was me. You lost the present I got you?
That's a loaner.
Where'd you find it?
I bought you 6 of those.
I know. I can't find them.
My God.
But
It's
he
okay,
really
my-
loved the gift so much he lost it.
No, I had, you know how it is. I was busy and I'm not living in my own house.
Josh, if it makes you feel better, my Christmas present to him from 2 years ago is just still sitting right there where I sat it down. Hasn't been touched.
What is it?
It's a mug of Shaker Heights, Ohio, where he's from.
Oh, okay.
And then my merch.
I'm using it for storage.
Now listen to him look at it.
Yeah, it's being used.
Look at it for the very first time.
I store some stuff in there.
I think I'm going to take back a gift I got you. I'm sure it's in your office.
Well, no, the point is, half my house is in my office.
I get it. Yeah, no.
I've got 2 suitcases in there, all my shirts.
Don't you have a gift from your mom you never opened that's in your office?
Yeah, but that's got to be, there's something sentimental.
It's probably a puppy. I hope.
Oh, boy.
Coming up, we're going to hear my discussion with William Shatner. Mr. Shatner is on tour.
See, but what did I say during the commercials? If you get right to it, we could play it here, but no, you can't because here we are.
We can play it right here if you want.
We're late.
Oh, and Chick, we have your prop bet. Is Mr. Shatner going to say, now am I speaking to Bob or Tom?
Oh, yeah. I say it's a lock. I say it's a $50 lock.
We have time, Beard. This is my discussion with William Shatner yesterday. I'll tell you what Mr. Shatner is on stage, Charleston, West Virginia at the Clay Center tomorrow night, and then Thursday in Fort Wayne at the Embassy Theater.
I think there's an S in Charleston.
Lots of other dates coming up, including Sunday, March 12th at Clues Auditorium in Indy. This is my discussion with William Shatner, and this gets a little dark. I'm going to warn you right now. It's interesting. Here we go. My guest is the distinguished actor, writer, and one of the few people who's been to outer space, Mr. William Shatner. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us, Mr. Shatner.
Oh, it's my privilege. You guys, you've got this wonderful radio show that goes to several cities that I'm going to be visiting, and it's great to be able to get the word out.
You're going to be, I want to get this straight, Wednesday evening, Charleston, West Virginia. Then it'll be Thursday in Fort Wayne, and then New Jersey and Atlanta. You'll be in Milwaukee, Detroit, and then Indianapolis.
And the other part of that is because going to an airport and getting on an airplane, there's never a direct flight, so you got to go to another airport, another airplane. I'm driving. I've got a couple of guys who work the show with me, and we jump in a car. We're going to jump in a car every night. Curtain comes down about 10:30. We're out of there about 11:30 at night, and we're going to drive from city to city. In one case, it's like 300 miles. So we'll get there in the morning. I'll lie down as best I can and do the show that evening in one of the cities that you guys reach.
You can obviously hear the unmistakable voice of Mr. William Shatner, a voice with a certain gravitas, one might say, which leads us to the question of gravity. I was just reading a great article you wrote.
It's pulling on me even as we speak.
I read this great article that you wrote about the overwhelming sadness and then hope that came over you with your famous space flight on Blue Origin. Can you give us just a little bit of a taste of that?
The story has got a profundity to it that is difficult to reach in a few-minute interview.
Sure.
But it for me, I went through an evolution of emotions from hysterical joy, being weightless, and looking out the window, and then realizing the black of space was death, and the beauty and the light of the earth was life. And the sadness that can invoke and the sadness for the earth as we are sending it into extinction. So all those things assailed me as I came down, and I didn't know what it was, and I had to think it through. It took me several days to kind of wonder what am I going through here, and so it's part and parcel of something I'll talk about. And obviously, in a short time like this, I can't make it.
Sure.
I can't tell you the details. I will, though, in a theater. near you, near many of the cities you reach. I'm coming to your town with a movie, The Wrath of Khan, perhaps the best of the Star Trek movies I was in, and it's been refurbished and resounded, and it looks great, sounds great, and of course it'll be on the big screen, and then I'll come out, and the shock for everybody of a movie that was made like 40 years ago, and then I come out 40 years later. That alone is good for a laugh of about 10 minutes. In fact, that's worth the price of admission.
Well, we're so glad that you're able to do this. When you make a movie like that, do you take the time to have a diary going so you can talk about it later, or do you just have to reach back into your memory to talk about it?
That's a really good idea, and I don't know about a diary. I would have kept or should keep a journal. Even electronically works best. I mean, you just take your phone and dictate it, which I do it all the time. No, I didn't keep a journal. And in fact, early on, several years ago, one of the publishing companies asked me to write about my experiences in Star Trek, and I couldn't remember any of them. So what I did is I went around to other cast members and said, God, what do you remember? And they would say, do you remember that time when... And then they would jog my memory and say, yeah, I do remember that. And I wrote a whole book of people's whose remembrances joggled minds. I have no memory of much of this stuff. I was blundering on, filled with all kinds of emotional problems on my outside life, death and destruction, and at the same time, I'm shooting the film.
Wow. Once again, our guest, of course, is William Shatner. And Mr. Shatner, besides being a very fine actor and writer, is a horseman, an equestrian of some distinction. I have a silly question for you. Have you, in the course of your horse career, named a lot of horses referencing either Star Trek or outer space or anything that has to do with your career?
No, none of the horses. But I don't at the moment breed Dobermans, but I did, and I have two breeding dogs here with me, Dobies, and so my interest has been in Dobermans and on occasion, if they're good enough, to show them. So many years ago, I did show a Doberman at Westminster, and his name was Kirk. Kirk came in second in his class. I almost won the Doberman class at Westminster, and I campaigned a dog that's with me now. His name is Macchiato, and he's a champion in so few shows. And because dogs, the reward, the reward you get if you win a small show is not as big, good, valuable as a dog that has a show that has a lot of dogs in it. So it goes 0.1 through 0.5, 0.5 being the most dogs. So my Doberman male, at the age of, 13 or 14 months, won a 5-point show, and he's a great champion.
Well, that's great to know. Are you still active in the world of horses? Someone was just telling me the other day that they saw one of your horses at an event over the weekend. So,
oh yeah. I am very active. Not only am I active competing, I put on a horse show every year called the Hollywood Charity Horse Show. It's a benefit. It's a charity horse show, and the charity benefits children and veterans. A lot of the charities using horse therapy, hippotherapy it's called, which seems to have a magical effect. I know it has a magical effect. Why is somewhat mysterious, although I think it was Winston Churchill who said the outside of a horse is good for the inside of a man. We prove that all the time with this hippotherapy.
Yeah, I've actually experienced it with my daughter. It's wonderful.
Have you really?
Yeah, I have indeed. Yeah.
Then you totally understand that the magnificence of the horse, even if it's a pony to a kid, is fantastic. Get them to move, and so I've seen children talk who wouldn't talk and move who couldn't move. It's been a miraculous many years. I've had the charity on for about 35 years, so I've been fortunate enough to encourage people and companies to give me money that goes directly to these charities. My charity has no expense to it at all. What few expenses there are taken care of privately. So every penny you give the Hollywood Charity Horse Show goes to veterans and kids.
That is terrific. William Shatner, once again, live and in person, following a showing of The Wrath of Khan, and you'll be answering questions. Dare I ask, what is the question you get the most?
The question I get the most is the question I get the most.
You got me. You win.
But it's true. What is the question you get the most? Those questions you think, should I ask him? Maybe I shouldn't ask him. That's the question I get the most. But
what question would you like to answer the most? And I will leave on that note.
What time do we eat?
Oh, I'm glad you're back on Earth with a great sense of humor. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Shatner. It's always a great pleasure.
To talk to you. I look forward to you coming to one of those theaters at your city.
All right. William Shatner, I talked to him yesterday afternoon, and Mr. Shatner will be in Charleston, West Virginia at the Clay Center Wednesday evening, and then Thursday evening at Fort Wayne at the Embassy Theater. Lots of other dates coming up. He drives around with two guys.
That's awesome.
Wouldn't that be great? You're at a gas station. No, there's William Shatner.
yeah. Buying beef jerky.
And a friend of mine was just at a horse show over the weekend, and one of his horses was in it. So he is quite the guy.
I was disappointed to hear he didn't keep a captain's log.
Ace Cosby with the cap. Yeah.
I'll have a peach blow fizz and a roller dog. At all these convenience stores.
And he's turning 92 shortly, and he looks
hell of a run.
He does not look like he's in his 90s.
He's terrific. I can listen to him.
As Clint Eastwood says, don't let the old man in. You just that's how you stay young, I guess.
Well, Clint, the old man has broken in.
Kick the door down.
I love Clint. I love Clint.
I do too. But
a couple things coming up. We've got Kostaki Economopoulos. Why is he calling anyone?
Yeah, why is he calling?
To talk about the Sports Bowl this weekend.
Come on, this is jokes. Come on.
Sports. Embrace it. It's the Super Bowl, Josh. You're an American.
Super Bowl.
It's got nothing on the NHL thing. So
okay, well, we'll talk with Kostaki in just a few minutes. Right now, I want to remind you that the Bob and Tom Show is sponsored by BetterHelp. When you're at your best, you can do great things, but sometimes life gets you bogged down. You may feel overwhelmed, and we all do. So, like it or not, you're showing up in a way that you may not want to, but you want to show up in a better way. Working with a therapist may be the answer for you. You can get closer to the best version of you, perhaps, because when you feel empowered, you're more prepared to take on everything that life throws at you. BetterHelp has connected over 3 million people with licensed therapists. It's convenient and accessible anywhere, 100% online. And so it has the benefits of in-person therapy, but you're doing it online. If you're thinking of giving therapy a try, BetterHelp is a great option. Again, convenient, flexible, affordable, and entirely online. Fill out the brief questionnaire, get matched with a licensed therapist, and if needed, switch therapists at any time with no additional charge. If you want to live a more empowered life, therapy through BetterHelp may help you get there. The Bob and Tom Show is brought to you by BetterHelp. Visit him today at BetterHelp.com/BT Show to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, H-E-L-P, BetterHelp.com/BT Show. Coming up, some Super Bowl information and football from Kostaki Economopoulos.
And world record.
All right, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, which begs the question, why do you need Bob and Tom 24/7?
It's the laughter after the Bob and Tom Show. Bob and Tom's work farce is what we call it. All the fun without really that much effort. Keep that smile going all day. Keep your coworkers guessing what's making you so happy. It's Bob and Tom's work farce right after the Bob and Tom Show right here all day long on Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. The hottest ticket in town for advertisers officially sold out. Fox said Monday that in-game commercials for Super Bowl 57 have all been sold. The big game between the Chiefs and the Eagles takes place Sunday night. Super Bowl is advertising's biggest stage. Advertisers get their products in front of more than 100 million people that watch each and every year. Ads went this year for more than $7 million for a 30-second spot. Most sold between $6 and $7 million. From the NBA, Kyrie Irving is now a member of the Dallas Mavericks, with the trade from Brooklyn becoming official. The guard will now be paired with fellow All-Star Luka Doncic, could make the Dallas debut tomorrow night at the Clippers. NBA winners last night: Cleveland, Boston, L.A., Clippers, Chicago, Sacramento, Dallas, Golden State, and Milwaukee. Top 25 college basketball winners: number 9, Kansas; number 19, Miami win. And in the NHL, the Isles, Florida, and Arizona all win in regulation. New Jersey and the Rangers win in overtime. And Dallas wins in a shootout, beating Anaheim. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
We got some extra from the Bob and Tom Show.
With us in the studio, comedian John Garrett. You have a straight job? I mean, like a normal day-to-day thing?
Yeah, I actually do. I'm actually a CPA, believe it or not. Yeah, and
that spells party.
Yeah, it does. Most people think CPAs are hysterical. Yeah. No, of course not. We're dorks, big dorks. But and honestly, on behalf of all accountants out there, I'd like to say that we don't all do taxes. Some of us prefer to embezzle. It's much more lucrative. I read recently Willie Nelson wrote a song called Whatever Happened to Peace on Earth as his little protest to the war in Iraq. And my immediate thought was, why does he care? It's not like it's his tax dollar being put to use. I mean, I think the U.S. government should write a song called Whatever Happened to Willie's 1040. That was a tax joke for the accountants.
Coverage of Super Bowl 57 this Thursday and Friday morning on the Bob and Tom Show.
The Bob and Tom Show now presents the Law Minute with ex-attorney Jack Thomas.
Hello again, everybody. This is ex-attorney Jack Thomas. You know, I got a lot of mail here at the ex-law office, and today, let's open a letter. Well, this comes from young Davey Radonovich of Kokomo, Indiana. He asks, what is the difference between slander and libel? Well, what kind of idiotic, stupid question is that? What kind of little pea-brain moron would write me? I think if I were you, little Davey, I'd worry more about inbreeding than I would about the law. Davey, that was slander. If I would have written it down, it would have been libel.
This has been the Law Minute with ex-attorney Jack Thomas.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the law is your friend. It's the lawyers you have to watch out for. And remember this, the preceding has been a joke, not legal advice. Learn to know the difference.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. Essential Morning Radio. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
I mean, why the penis and the breast? Those are the only two body parts we're crazy about getting as big as we can get them, right?
Although some people are doing the
buttocks.
The buttocks implants.
Yeah,
Yeah,
buttocks implants.
Yeah.
That's new.
Yeah, it is.
Normally, you know.
Well, then they sell panties with inserts in them, and underwear for men with inserts in them.
See, that's
wow.
No, I assume you haven't had any plastic surgery of any kind.
No.
I had an.
Why do you
If
assume
so,
that?
you should sue.
Because if the doctors arrived at that,
well, you should have seen the before.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Unless your nose was shaped like a penis before, you really.
This isn't enough.
They could have done a little bit better. We're going to take a break.
Phil is one of our friends.
Let him defend himself. My God.
No, that was on Bob. That one was on Bob.
You piled up.
Eyebrow dandruff. That's disgusting. Is that a thing?
I'm not proud of it. There was,
Why would you bring that up on the air?
I didn't. It was Christy did. It was said in confidence off the air.
Yeah.
Don't ever say eyebrow dandruff in front of a potential lover.
No.
Hey, look, ladies, if I'm on top, you might get sprinkled on.
Well,
Let it snow.
if you're on top, I'll just let everybody else finish that.
Oh, I see. If you're on top, you got about eight seconds to live. Is that it?
I wouldn't say 8.
If you're on top, Godspeed to your ribs, ladies. Is that what we're getting at?
They don't say we didn't warn you.
Oh, my God.
There's laughter ahead. This
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Pat Godwood in the performance room.
Hello, Chick McGee.
Hey, man, there's Josh Arnold at the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair.
Hi.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. There's Willie Griswold.
Hey, man.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold, and I think we have a special guest.
We do indeed. There he is.
Straight vodka. Good morning.
Oh, he's gone from the full beard to the Van Dyke.
Love it.
If you will.
Love everything about it. Love it.
Kostaki Economopoulos.
Hey, Kostaki.
Kostaki, that's what my dad had that post-divorce. I feel like you're about to pick me up from a baseball game that I didn't get any hits in.
I was going to ask what you thought last week with the fullish beard. You said I looked like a sociology professor who hits on the freshman girls.
What do your daughters think about the sometimes called a goatee, but technically a Van Dyke because it has the mustache?
Here we go.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A goatee is just the chin stuff.
Right.
Oh, maybe I'll have to try that. I was going to go porn stash next, but maybe I'll go the other way. All right.
Oh, porn stash. That's an interesting look for you.
That's good looking. Good looking beard though. I mean, that's
very salt and pepper, heavy on the salt, especially below the lip.
It is a little, right? I know. It's crazy.
Did you know that was coming?
I did, which is part of the reason I haven't done it in a while. It's definitely way more white than my hair is, but so it goes.
I know. Kostaki Economopoulos is a very fine stand-up comedian. He is also our correspondent for the NFL. You'll be meeting up with Willie and Frank Caliendo in Phoenix tomorrow.
So excited.
And sending us some video and some audio of your travels. And looking forward to your NFL picks, et cetera, et cetera. What is the latest in your mind about the game? What do you think?
Yeah, well, we'll see. I mean, I think it's Philly unless Mahomes can put him on his back and do it. He's a wizard. So if you get the wizardy Mahomes, they can win anything. But I do have 37 Tom Brady just retired jokes that I think.
Oh, well, let's hear them.
Oh, really? Okay.
He retired. Brady's the first person to retire to spend less time with his family. Am I right, everybody? He's stepping away from football to spend more time with carbs. This is an everything must go Tom Brady segment here. How is this news, by the way? Boston man retires in Florida. Isn't that every day?
Yeah.
Then Tom Brady woke up on Groundhog Day and saw his shadow. 6 more years of football. All right. Just kidding. Thanks to his diet, Tom Brady no longer casts a shadow. So,
whoa,
man is slender.
I feel bad for these 80-year-old broads who traveled all that way to see Tom Brady. And now he's not going to be there because he's a quitter.
Yeah.
He's just a big quitter. That's right.
He was a quarterback for a long time. Brady's career is so old, Leonardo DiCaprio won't date it.
All right.
Brady said he wants to retire so that he has more time to explain military benefits to Gronk. So that'll be nice. It's confusing.
Say Gronk is in these TV commercials for USA.
Yeah.
Busted. Brady can get to work on his Hall of Fame speech now. I'd like to thank my fellow players, the coaches, and, of course, the fans. But mostly I want to thank the Jets, Dolphins, and Bills. Oh, thank you guys for making it so easy for me.
But Kostaki, one of those pro football writers, I'm not voting for Brady. He's no Norm Van Brocklin. I'll tell you
that. Right.
The son of a thin weasel.
I actually saw a version of that article yesterday. You're right. That is happening. That's correct.
Yeah. Is he a first ballot? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
7?
I think so.
7. That's all I'm going to say. 7.
That's a lot. It's a big number. And 5 Super Bowl MVPs. That's pretty big.
I recently heard that he played 3 seasons worth of playoff games.
Yes. That's exactly right. Yeah.
Wow. Here's another article you can find.
Right.
You can break down. He's arguably had 3 separate Hall of Fame careers.
Exactly.
You could break them down. 2 Super Bowl wins here, all these yards, all these playoff. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Kostaki, one of the so-called prop bets, of which there are many, many, many. This one I really like. The Super Bowl MVP speech. Who will be thanked first? Teammates, God, the city, family or family members, the coach, the owner,
fun.
or none of the above?
Oh, that's a fun prop. I like that one.
Yeah. What do you think? Who do you think's first? Teammates?
It's got to be God, right?
You think?
Jesus? Does Jesus count?
Well, it depends on your point of view. I think I would give that a pretty solid yes.
Yeah, which God are we talking about?
Maybe there's a subcategory. Which God? I'm going to throw the dice on Christian, but hey.
I'd like to thank Mars, the god of war.
Zeus, he was doing his thing out there today.
Zeus is amazing.
The Greek gods. We'll go for the Greek gods, and you're since you are of Greek heritage,
I
Kostaki.
bet that pays really well if it hits. First, thank you. A Greek god. That's unusual.
Now, so are we going to get back to Tom Brady retiring? Do we still have more?
Let's do it. I mean, when Brady was playing, there was no Chinese spy balloon. That's all I'm saying. He's got time on his hands now. There's trouble in the world. Brady not playing football anymore. Those family Uno games are about to get intense. I don't know who the best shuffleboard player in the world is, but get ready, dude. Tom Brady is coming for your ass. Does he get a gold watch at this point? Is that something we still do? A watch is the weirdest retirement tradition. It's the first day of your whole life that you don't care what time it is.
Yeah, I've often thought about that.
Give me like a retirement robe. Or like a retirement breakfast.
Yeah, fishing pole.
Right.
Retirement breakfast ice cream.
Like a fishing pole.
Breakfast ice cream. That's your first thought. It's funny.
That's sweet. That's nice.
Thank you.
Brady went crazy celebrating his retirement. He had a Mick Ultra and a half a non-organic avocado.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah,
a non-organic.
He really went nuts.
He was hungover for 3 days.
He wasn't a Pro Bowler this year, so he didn't even qualify for a flag football, which is hilarious to me. Flag football is really just a safe way to show that you were close enough to tackle the guy but didn't, so nobody got hurt, which I believe is the current NFL rule on tackling quarterbacks. That's what we're doing. The skills challenges in the Pro Bowl were weird. I can't believe Joe Burrow and Joe Mixon lost the three-legged race. Oh, that was sad,
That is, yeah.
Antonio Brown beat them at the three-legged race by himself. Am I right?
Hey.
The man is hung.
The man is hung.
This year, Valentine's Day is 2 days after the Super Bowl. That's a great gift for spouses everywhere. I love you, honey. Football season's over. All right, you made it. All right. The Cowboys have named Brian Schottenheimer their offensive coordinator. Schottenheimer, that's the biggest name in football. That's one of the few names longer than Economopoulos out there. Schottenheimer sounds like something a Mormon would say in place of a cuss word. That no good, gosh darn Schottenheimer. Jason Kelsey's wife is due and bringing her OBGYN to the game just in case. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
You thought Janet Jackson's nipple was a thing. Wait till we see Mrs. Kelsey fully dilated. That's going to be something. Be a ratings bonanza.
Are they going to take it right down to the field? And that seems to me to be fairly irresponsible, frankly.
She should stay home, right?
Oh yeah. I don't
watch it on TV this year.
Yeah, she could start having the baby as the crowd's going in, and something could go terribly wrong.
Just to delay the game.
Right.
Maybe she has to be rushed out or something.
Yeah. Well, now, Kostaki, you're heading to Phoenix. Have you already compiled a list of questions that you want to ask some of these people that'll be on Radio Row?
I've done some thinking about that. Yeah. You're good at this game, Tom. What would you ask these guys?
Willie's handling the Griswold point of view on this. And he's much more schooled in the.
My dad gave me notes on it. He just wants me to ask them questions about Hogan's Heroes and MASH. So I don't know if I'm going to do that.
Ask something that just don't ask anything inflammatory. I would stick with questions like, can you define what a woman is? What's your least favorite ethnicity? That kind of thing. Yeah.
Should Polish people be allowed to drive?
Is there a guy you don't want to shower with? Because
he keeps looking at you that way.
Yeah, sure. Maybe I'll tell you what. We'll ask the folks in the audience to maybe go to All Pro Lines and send Kostaki some questions that might be
I'll put a little post up. You guys can chime in. Yeah. Well,
Okay. Okay. Did you see the news this morning that Tom Brady is not going to be broadcasting next season? He's going to take a full season to learn the craft.
What's he doing this year? What is he doing?
He says he's going to study up on being a broadcaster.
Good for him.
He might come waltzing in here one day to watch us how we do this.
He's more than welcome.
Well, now, hang on a minute. I don't think so.
It's been a few beats, right?
If Tom Brady wanted to come in, sure we'd have him come in. Why not?
Yeah, of course.
He is unwelcome as a venereal disease. Okay, there. I said it.
I'd get all fired up about it. I'd start doing like deflated ball jokes. I'd probably cry. I'd get really angry.
Right.
Of course.
I think he and I would hit it off. We'd be buddies.
Really?
What?
Oh, yeah. We both like the same things. Fitness, healthy eating. Why is that funny?
Hockey?
Wait, you hit it perfectly, dude.
Why is that funny? What's going on here?
Well, Kostaki, we'll hear from you in the next few days.
Yes, I'm very grateful. I don't want to get too gushy, but you guys are sending me to Football Nerd Heaven this week, and I'm eating Omaha steaks, and I'm selling tickets because I'm on your show, and you helped me get to see my national champion Bulldog. I'm grateful to the Bob and Tom show today, so thank you guys.
Well,
very much.
we're grateful to you. Thank you for all you do.
Don't wait a minute. You don't speak too soon here. We have to take a survey. Kostaki Economopoulos won't just be live in Phoenix. Am I getting this right? You're going to be at Yellow & Company in Mahoma, Illinois on Tuesday the 17th?
It's a Thursday, I believe. Yes.
Okay.
It's next week.
Okay. I don't know. Then I'll just the Strand Theater in Shelbyville on the 18th.
Yeah.
And the 19th at the Blue Stallion in Lexington, Kentucky.
That's not how you say the Strand, Tom.
Do the Strand. That's the Roxy Music version of it for the today's most obscure reference. I've always thought Brian Ferry sings like Dracula.
He kind of does.
Yeah, especially in the live album. It's terrific. Thanks, Kostaki. We'll talk to you, and you'll be seeing Willie shortly.
Yeah, see you, dude.
Yeah, I'll see you soon, buddy.
And don't forget he's single, ladies, if you see him in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Oh, Kostaki, we got to get you some chicks out in Phoenix, dude.
Man, I'm glad you said chicks.
Willie will be your wingman. And by that, I mean you'll be flirting, he'll be eating wings.
Hey, my buddy's really funny. Can you pass me the ranch over there, sweetheart?
I enjoy the food comedy.
Try not to get punched by an all-pro, Kostaki, okay? Good God.
Good tips.
Okay. Thanks, Kostaki. Once again, today's a special edition of the Bob and Tom Show today. This is the show where...
what do you mean I ain't driving half the game?
Bastard.
Wham!
You may have noticed no ladies in the building today. And so I've got something special for you.
Okay.
Here we go. Little Todd Rundgren. Doing the news. Oh, what a great song. Todd.
Todd is God.
Now,
Guess what time it is?
What time is it?
Stupid world record.
What do you got?
An elementary school, Watson, in Wisconsin broke the Guinness World Record for the largest cereal box domino line.
Huh.
I love this. I love it.
Really?
I love everything about it. According to a TV station in Wisconsin, WDJT, students and teachers at Red Apple Elementary School in Racine. Oh, that's a Springsteen song, right? Racing on the streets.
Racine is
on the highway.
Ned Racine in Body Heat.
Oh,
Late great William Hurt.
Boy, you don't even have to flex a muscle. You can out obscure anybody.
I think Brian Ferry as Dracula is pretty obscure.
Yeah, that's right. They spent the last month collecting more than 7,000 cereal boxes for the record attempt. They then lined the boxes up through multiple floors of the school before setting off the domino. I bet the kids had.
This is great.
This is cool.
How on earth did this not get? Did
the attempt beats the previous
Chick McGee type kid not start this thing when the kids were half done with it?
Oh, yeah. They probably said, hey, look, that's going to ruin it. Let's not ruin it.
The previous record of 6,391 cereal boxes, though the 7,000 box new record has not been verified by Guinness.
It's great, though.
All of the cereal used in the attempt will be donated to local organizations and food pantries around the area, except the grape nuts. They will be thrown away.
It'll be used to remortar and do some tuck pointing.
Stain the deck.
That just makes good sense.
Were they empty or full?
Oh, they were full, of course.
What do you mean, of course?
Well, they're not going to donate the boxes to the local food bank. Well, here's an empty...
You are right.
Sugar box, whatever.
No.
Hadn't considered that.
No.
You guys can look at it. How fun is that? You can play tic-tac-toe on the back of the box.
But I bet they kept all the box tops. Those are cereal and education. Good bedfellows.
No,
the box tops are good for you. Turn them into your classes and stuff. You're not aware of that?
No.
Oh, yeah, it's a big thing.
I cut away the box bottoms, and that takes away money from children, puts it in my pocket.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
This is fun. I mean, this
was a great story until Josh talked.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, did I speak? I did.
Man.
When I talk, I'll ruin something by talking.
Oh, man.
I've ruined a lot of things by talking. This show, funerals.
This story was relationships. This story was very special. Okay.
That's why he stopped.
And just like that, I don't look so bad.
Totally redeemed.
Cheerios to you. Well, I'm just surprised that
Their attempt was great.
I'm surprised someone didn't just start, kick one of the boxes and get the whole thing rolling.
I'm glad they didn't. In fact, is there video of this?
Some serial killer.
Oh, that's what I'm sorry. You were helping.
I thought you got the two bad jokes out of your system. We're moving on.
Okay, I feel better now. No, there is a video. It's great. Very, very cool.
Okay.
Right now, we got to talk about Valentine's Day. We've been trying to save you guys. We've given you some options here. This may be this one is perfect because this is like getting a gift that's for you and for her. I'm talking about those naturally nude pajamas from Pajama Graham. It looks like she's got nothing at all. They feel great. She'll love the way they feel. You'll love the way they feel. They're called naturally nude pajamas, and they've got them. As the clock is ticking, they've still got them at Pajamagram. I say that because last year they sold out way before Valentine's Day. So if you want to get these babies, do it right now. And here's the thing. You got to go to pajamagram.com, of course. They will wrap the gift up for free. And also, they'll knock 25% off the naturally nude pajamas if you act now and use the code word NUDE, N-U-D-E. Pajamagram.com. Go there right now and use that code, like I said, pajamagram.com. The code is N-U-D-E, nude. Knock 25% off the price with your order of naturally nude pajamas. Tell them the Bob and Tom Show sent you at Pajamagram. They've got all kinds of great PJs, and those pajamas, the ones that you're going to want for Valentine's Day, of course, the naturally nude pajamas. They've got boy stuff, too. Have some fun. Pajamagram.com. Coming up, we have interesting. Coming up, we have.
Mind control works.
we have. I'm sorry. When I read this, I can barely say this out loud. The woman who has 38J breasts.
Oh my!
And there is a problem. First of all, a mental health issue.
Josh, you got your A and your B.
Yep.
And your C.
I know the cup size.
And the D.
I know how they work.
That's the biggest.
Jay's bigger than a basketball. When we come back, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
More Bob and Tom next. Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com.
When we decided to do this, I said, Tom, we should do a Tim Wilson song. And this is really hard. I practiced and man, I sucked. You just can't do a Tim Wilson song. So I took liberties with some of Timmy's songs and whipped a song together in honor of Tim. Help me get through this, folks. Can you hear that? Yeah. That's too bad. He really loved his trailer park woman. Didn't care much for Dr. Phil. I'm sure he started the church league fist fight. And his ass got tired of Shaquille O'Neal. A big white hat with a black six-string guitar. Now the heavens have their newest star. Where's my jetpack, he would say. Now he's sporting wings. And he taught Jesus Christ the booty song. We all thought he'd go to Chuck E. Cheese hell. With George Bush, George Strait, George Patton, and George Orwell. A hillbilly homeboy, I could be wrong. But I know he's tired of me singing this f***ing song. A big white hat with a black six-string guitar. Now the heavens have their newest star. Where's my jetpack, he would sing. Now he's sporting wings. And he asked Jesus Christ to join his band. They're singing Georgia, goodbye Georgia, Georgia, goodbye, Georgia, goodbye Georgia, Georgia, goodbye.
As a song about bourbon in Kentucky. Perhaps we'll hear it. And that's a look at your entertainment news. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hey, hi, this is Tom.
And this is Chick from the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Christy, what's the best way to get full access to the show?
Hey, what? You introduced me.
That would be to become a Bob and Tom VIP.
Very good. Now, Josh, what's a feature of Bob and Tom VIP?
Wait a minute.
Well, the live 5-camera video stream of the show, plus a podcast of the show and comedy from the Bob and Tom archives.
Excellent. Chick, what do you have to say for yourself?
Become a Bob and Tom VIP now. Just go to bobandtom.com/VIP.
See, that was worth the wait, wasn't it?
Willie, Kostaki, and Frank. Super Bowl 57 coverage this Thursday and Friday morning on the Bob and Tom Show.
I am so hungry. Oh, you want to go get some breakfast, Tom? I guess. Is there a place we can go that has flat-chested waitresses and really baggy clothing? I don't think so.
Think again, Dean. Guys, if you've been longing to have breakfast surrounded by flat-chested women in baggy clothing, then you'll want to visit the all-new breakfast restaurant, Pancake Hooters. At Pancake Hooters, you won't be bothered by waitresses who accidentally dip their large bosoms into your maple syrup or who break the yolk of your egg while bending over the table to pour your coffee. Pancake Hooters only hires women with prepubescent builds, so you won't be distracted by massive memories while trying to finish off your breakfast in time to get to work.
Wow, what a great breakfast.
Sure was, Tom. And I was able to eat my waffle while it was still warm because I wasn't busy staring at gargantuan tatas.
And you didn't slobber in your coffee either.
And guys, if you're in a real hurry, be sure and take advantage of our flat as a smorgasbord breakfast buffet. Why not try Pancake Hooters today? You'll see why our hardline policy with our waitress staff is, it's either 32A or the highway. Pancake Hooters.
Hi, this is comedian Rob Haney, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
We have Doug Moreland on the line. Doug, good morning.
Good morning, guys.
How are you?
Christy.
Doug.
Okay, your dog's name is Holly, I understand.
Holly. Short for jalapeno.
Can we hear her sing? Is that?
Yeah, just
It's called I Taught My Dog to Say I Love You, and she means it.
Okay. Well, let's hear it.
I taught my dog to say I love you. I love you. I love you.
Is there anything
It's early.
sweeter on the face of the earth? You're a good girl.
I love you. Come on for the Bob and Tom Show.
Uh-oh.
I taught my dog to
Jeez.
Okay.
Are you sure you're not squeezing that dog?
Bob and Tom. 24/7. Oh, yeah.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on vacation. There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello, chick.
There's Josh Arnold, the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chick.
Hello.
There's Ace Cosby. Hey. Willie Griswold over there.
Hey, man.
I'm Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold.
And once again, a special edition of the show. Very rarely, I don't remember exactly when we've had no ladies in the room. We seek their counsel. And
sure.
They often help tone down the show. Yeah. And
keep things reasonable, balanced.
Due to circumstances beyond our control, we are lady-free today. There is no distaff side, if you will.
Are they all having vagina problems? That'll happen.
Oh,
they hang out together.
Good.
Now that the girls are gone.
Thank you, Todd. We got to get you a woman. So certainly,
but they're having
a couple of musical
problems with their V's down there.
Now, we were talking about. We were talking to Kostaki Economopoulos, who's got a gig coming up in Mahomet, Illinois, at Yellow and Company.
Yellow.
And then on February 18th, Kostaki is at the Strand Theater, and ladies and gentlemen,
Fed up with Fandango.
Fed up with Fandango. Do the Strand.
He absolutely said, "Do the Strand." That was it.
I think he kind of says,
"Do the Strand."
Is that a pre or post?
Boy, one of you would lie and the other would swear to it. I swear to God.
Is that before or after Bohemian Rhapsody?
Probably before. I don't know.
Right? I think that's Live Roxy, probably after. But it's great stuff. Now, we turn to we turn to me actually to read this news.
I can't stand it. I know.
Loved that.
I know.
Well, Josh, I'm used to having, someone here like Christy who gets you to calm down. And I'm very excited about this next story because you're the only one who will remember this. We had a news story about this so-called Instagram model. I don't know if you remember this story, but she's back in the news. She calls herself. See, already I'm upset. She calls herself
we can tell.
Mary Magdalene.
Oh yeah, well that's
Ace. You Googled her and saw a picture.
Well, no, I saw a news story on her last year, and then I saw a recent picture of her. Sans the story you're going to do.
Okay, well here's the story. She calls herself, as of a couple days ago, Uniboob, the Uniboob Queen.
Okay.
She has a 38J breast size. Of course, this is augmented with God knows what. She's 30 years old, and she posted on social media a photograph of her lopsided chest. I'll quote here verbatim, "Hey guys, so this is my boob now. Basically, my breast implant popped again. I'm having surgery to take them out next week."
Oh, yeah, look at her. She's very modified.
Yeah, in her lips, she has those big puffed out lips like a fish. Looks ridiculous.
She has some sort of hip ass implants.
Yeah, she's
tatted to all hell.
Describe her. What size are her breasts, would you say?
You said, Jay.
Basketballs? I mean, if you have to...
I think bigger.
Yeah.
Her globes.
Her breasts and her backside look like they're all the same implant, and they all look a little bigger than a basketball.
You mean they're the size of a fine English drawing room globe?
Not as big as, like, the one that Clouseau slips on. But,
I see.
Yeah.
So,
she's very unnatural.
Yeah, it's really hideous looking.
But maybe she's happy with herself. That's all that matters.
Is she happy? That's the question. She might be delirious.
So I remember the story from last year.
I think I know. This is the one where she gets thrown off the plane.
Yeah. She couldn't fit in the seat or something.
Oh, wow.
Here we go. The Canadian woman who goes by the name Mary Magdalene, my apologies, claims after she was seated on a plane, the crew told her they were removing her from the flight for wearing headphones and ignoring instructions from the flight attendant. She claims it was because of her 22-pound breasts.
22 pounds total or each?
Good question.
A fair question. I'm guessing, since she said breasts, I'm guessing
11
total.
Well, they would hang over the arms.
But one of them is popped.
Excuse me, your breasts are in my Bloody Mary.
Oh, Tom, it actually says here that her boob did not pop. It was shot down because it's considered to be a Chinese spy boob.
Oh, shot down by an F-15?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, you know what? That's not bad.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Yeah. It's almost too funny to laugh.
She claims that she's going to sue the airline, and the airline claims she appeared to be intoxicated and seemed unstable.
That's got to be.
You think? Well, are there ethics for plastic surgeons?
I don't think
not for all.
Is there, I mean, at some point, wouldn't the surgeon go, okay, this is ridiculous, this is dangerous.
They'll take your money.
11 pounds of whatever this is, silicone inside your boob.
Right.
It's her body. She can, who are we to say she can't?
See, this is the problem. There's too little judgment in there.
Too little judgment.
Yeah.
All right.
Look at this, you guys. She has a Bloody Mary. Funny you mentioned it. Just balanced upon her left breast there. How cool is that?
Is that
She
right?
needs psychological counseling. She's a nutcase.
No, I said it before and I'll say it again. Life is hard. Get weird boobs. Do whatever you want to do, man. Whatever makes you happy.
I'd make her at least buy a whole row of seats.
Yeah. Yeah.
In any event, she probably had her headphones on because she doesn't need flotation devices if the plane goes down. She just kicks back and floats. Now, Pat, do you have a tribute to this woman?
I do.
Oh, how nice.
Some gals are made by the hands of God. This woman wanted a more outrageous bod. Plastic and filler, silicone. Puff out the lips and chip away the bone. Oh, 22 pounds, what do you get? Oversized boobs and kicked off a jet. The airline won't fly her, says she can't go. Don't they know she's an Instagram hoe? Where she bleached her butt where the sun don't shine. Got a new rack and it hurts her spine. Tattooed face, her lips are cherry red, but her boobs won't fit in the overhead. 22 pounds, yeah, what do you get? Cartoonish tatas, deeper in debt. The airline won't fly her, says she can go. Don't they know she's an Instagram hoe?
Very nice.
Thanks. A good pet. I'm surprised they let her through TSA. I mean, can you have more than 6 ounces of silicone in your jugs? Is that
more like TNA,
right? Anyway, Google a picture of her. She looks like a complete crackpot. No judgment, just judgment.
No, that's all you are.
Yes. Oh, that's okay. Fine.
All judgment,
and I stand by it. Coming up, we have what happens if you're the janitor and the cell door locks and there's no one in the building.
Oh,
well, they found her eventually.
I thought you were going to say, what happens if you're the janitor on the Titanic? I love that joke.
Okay.
Can I get another mop?
Yeah. Hello? Ship's uneven.
Okay. We'll be right back. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Get a look at today's show on our YouTube channel.
Tim has his guitar out. Are you going to play
I
something?
hate Florida.
Why?
Because I grew up
you're
in
from Georgia. That's why.
Georgia people hate Florida. Why? Because we grew up our whole lives wanting to go to Florida. Put a float on top of the car. Oh, my God, we're going to Florida. Drive 4 hours. Get there. Do you have a hotel room? Yeah, they're $100, unless you want to be near the water. Then they're $400. Okay? No, we don't want to be near the water. We want to sit in a hot-ass asphalt parking lot with a float on top of the car and finish up these pecan logs we got in Valdosta. So then a hurricane comes. They evacuate back to Georgia. Oh, my God, do you have a hotel room? Yeah, they're $100, unless you want to be away from the water.
Things you hear on the Bob and Tom Show.
Comedian Jim Gaffigan joins us in the studio, a family man, a clean liver. Now, when you're on stage, Jim, you don't do a blue kind of show, do you?
I'm very clean and kind of, I talk about cake for like an hour because, cake's an important topic.
Cake, tell me about cake.
Well, there's a lot of different. Cake's a powerful food. Cake can actually bring people together. It's Bill's birthday. Yeah, I hate that guy. There's cake in the conference room. Well, I should say hello.
Who am I to pass judgment on him?
It's his big day. There's so many types of cake. There's rum cake, which makes sense because we've all been eating cake and thought, this needs booze. Shot of liquor. I don't have time to eat and drink. There's fruit cake. That's a bit of a disappointment.
Oh, yeah.
You'd think that would be better. Fruit, good.
Right.
Cake, great.
Right.
Fruit cake, nasty crap.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Have you tried fruit cake? I don't even think that's fruit in there. You're like, what is that, a Skittle?
Bob and Tom, well-meaning, but
yeah, they're all messed up.
More than slightly confused.
You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. For everything Bob and Tom, check out bobandtom.com. That's the website, all the latest highlights, news, and information, links to our social media sites, and, of course, much, much more. Where do you go? bobandtom.com. And we love to hear from our listeners. If you'd like to email us a request, something you'd like to hear, a comedian you haven't heard for a while, maybe a bit, something from the past, we love to hear from our listeners. Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com is the email address. Send us your request. Next thing you know, Tom's playing your request live on the air. Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison with a look at things you may have missed. Boeing says it plans to cut about 2,000 jobs from the aerospace company's finance and human resources departments in 2023. Statement by the Virginia company says the jobs will be reduced through a combination of attrition and layoffs this year. Seattle Times reports the company, which has been one of Washington State's largest private employers, plans to outsource about a third of the eliminated positions to India. A Boeing official tells the Times the other positions will be eliminated as the company makes reductions in finance and human resources support services. Meanwhile, the hottest ticket in town for advertisers officially sold out. Fox said Monday that in-game ads for Super Bowl 57 have all been sold. The big game between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles takes place this Sunday. The Super Bowl is advertising's biggest stage, with advertisers jockeying to get their products in front of the more than 100 million people that watch each year. Mark Evans, Executive Vice President of Ad Sales for Fox Sports, said a few ads went for more than $7 million for a 30-second spot. Most ads sold between $6 million and $7 million for the game this Sunday. And that's a look at things you may have missed. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Who's that sexy man with a deep voice? Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
Hey, Chick. What celebrity's always up for a bowl of cereal?
What celebrity is always up for a bowl of cereal? I don't know, Ace. Who?
Reese Witherspoon.
She's ready. She's got her spoon with her. You see.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern. On Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7. 24/7.
You know, when Esther and I had a big family, we hardly had any time for ourselves, you know. If I could ever just get through the newspaper one time without the kids interrupting, it was a miracle. They always wanted to go somewhere and do something. Well, of course, they're all grown up now, and Esther's dead. I just wish they'd call, just every now and then, just pick up the phone and say, "Hi, Granddad. How are you?" Well, they never call anymore. In fact, they never come by. I'd just like to see my little daughter, Lucy. Sometimes she just brings her kids over. And Tommy, my son, he never comes over. Heck, I'm just sitting here all alone, waiting for the phone to ring. The mail never comes. I never get any mail. Nobody ever calls me. It's just a terrible thing. That's the way it is, I guess. I'll just keep watching these old soap operas and hopefully things get better.
The telephone. When it rings, answer it.
Exclusive, one-of-a-kind Super Bowl coverage this Thursday and Friday, only on the Bob and Tom Show, right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
I actually I have a sexual fantasy associated with the earthquake.
Go.
Well, that woke chick up. In my fantasy, I'm making love to this woman.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, she feels the earth move beneath her.
Ah, yes.
And then she rolls over on top of me and shields me from debris. Safety first, everybody. Safety first.
Jeff Rothband is our guest. Jeff is a fine comedian.
I actually had to do that once.
What?
Be a pallbearer. And that,
Oh, my
that's
God.
heavy.
Yes,
that's a
it's
heavy
heavy.
job.
Yeah, I actually had to go to a funeral, and I was asked to be a pallbearer, and I always a pallbearer. Never the corpse.
Hi, this is Bob and Tom 24/7. My name is Jim Gaffigan. I have to go and, well, I just had a...
.com will do it 9 to 5 today.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Christy Lee on vacay. There's Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello.
There's Josh Arnold, the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair.
Hi there.
There's Ace Cosby. Howdy. There's Willie Griswold.
What a lovely time we're all having.
I'm Chick McGee. I'll put a stop to that. And here's Tom. Tom.
Yes?
I have a tweet for you.
No, thank you very much.
You should get Tom to pronounce Mahomet, Illinois correctly. It's Mahomet.
Oh, like Muhammad Gandhi?
Or Muhammad Ali?
Whatever gets
Muhammad
you there.
Gandhi?
That's from Nick. That's from Nick. Evidently, he lives in Mahomet or is aware of Mahomet.
Sorry, I thought it was a long O. Forgive me.
And a gentleman by the name of Kirk, we were talking about this earlier. He backpacked across Isle Royal.
No kidding.
Saw no moose or wolves, but it was a very nice time.
Really?
So there you go.
Didn't see any mooses?
No mooses.
Oh, wow.
Did you see a moose?
Absolutely.
You did?
Yeah, it's scary in the wild. You're climbing up a boulder and there's a giant moose at the top going, hey!
I saw something the other day. A moose can dive like 12 feet to get food and water.
Wow.
What do you think of that?
That's scary. They're big.
Whoa.
Now, I want to say the reason we're talking about Mahomet.
Why is that?
Mahomet, Illinois, because Kostaki's going to be there February 17th.
That's right.
The aforementioned Do the Strand Theater in Shelbyville, Indiana, February 18th.
You do so much that gets on my nerves. I don't know if I pick one, will you stop? I mean, of everything.
If you pick one, I'll do it more.
Oh. Damn it. Oh, in that case, I hate when you are very quiet.
The Blue Stallion in Lexington, Kentucky, February 19th with Kostaki.
That sounds like Mickey Rooney's last movie.
What was it?
The Blue Stallion.
Also,
doing it for me today, people. Sorry.
Spoke with William Shatner, Mr. Shatner, who's about to turn 92, and talked about looking at the face of death while in outer space recently. In fact, just on this show.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, the darkness was death.
It's got to be a very dust in the wind moment, right?
Yes. Charleston, West Virginia. Wednesday evening and Thursday, Fort Wayne at the Embassy Theater with Mr. William Shatner in person. Star Trek The Wrath of Khan, a very special presentation. More dates coming up. I'll mention those. But he's great talking to. He's just terrific.
He's a fascinating
And
man.
he's just driving around the country with a couple guys.
Yeah. Yep.
Love it.
Huh.
And he almost had a winner in the Westminster Dog Show.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
What was her name? Corky or
Kirk?
That was a dog's name?
Yeah, I asked him if he ever named his horses after any of his Star Trek characters. I wonder if when he's driving around with his buddies, if he ever looks out the window and screams like that scene in the original Twilight Zone.
There's something on the hood.
Those guys are probably going, all right, Bill, we got it. Enough, okay? We've been there before.
I like the fact that he called Leonard Nimoy Lenny whenever he died.
That's great.
Got a whole book about him. A couple quick news stories. This is this sort of ties in. Nerds, calm down. This is a Star Wars news story.
Oh, well, I've never. A Star Trek and
Not a Star Trek story.
What do you do with a guy who says Star Trek? What do you do with that guy?
Nothing. You walk away.
You walk away? Okay, I get that a lot every now and then.
I watch Star Trek.
You watch Star Trek?
Harrison Ford's Star Wars gun blaster sold for a record $1.0575 million.
Wow. The one that shot Greedo?
Says the blaster gun used by Han Solo in the original Star Wars trilogy has been made into the record books as the most expensive prop gun sold at auction. I wonder if Alec Baldwin bought it.
Oh, you mean that's not even his name?
Nothing.
That is a prop gun joke there.
We're all trying to get oxygen back into the room.
Sorry, I pulled the trigger. Sorry.
That is really funny when Harrison Ford in that the cantina scene, he's going, I don't know what you're thinking about, Greedo. Wham! He's kind of wiggling his hand behind his head.
Apparently, it's the Blast Tech DL44 heavy blaster.
Oh, the 44, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to want.
That's the sold by Rock Island Auction. The amazing...
Oh, Rock Island Auction is a modified auction.
The interesting thing about this is the only survivor of the 3 original prop guns made for A New Hope in 1976.
You're telling me Lucas doesn't have one available? There's nothing available. Is that what you're telling me?
Let me explain why.
Okay.
It was made by a prop house in London called B&T, because as you know, those movies were filmed in London. And there's a terrific memoir by Carrie Fisher, the late Carrie Fisher, sadly, about her experiences filming that thing. I think she was, 18 or 19. The weapon was put together from a World War II era Mauser C96 broom handle pistol.
Really?
The flash hider from a World War II era MG81 machine gun, and an early 20th century rifle scope made by Hensoldt Wetzlar. The gun and its parts were rented from B&T for the shoot, for the movie, and it was returned when completed where it was disassembled. In 2010, the new owner of B&T, Mr. Terry Watts, asked Armorer Carla Schmidt to dig through the archives and put it back together. That's cool.
What, no story about how it got put back together? Don't leave us hanging.
I mean, come on, dude. Boring.
You don't think that's fascinating?
No.
Sorry.
Josh said
the fact that it's sold for that much is interesting.
Yeah, but the fact that it was lying around in pieces.
Name me one piece of a gun that you just said without looking.
Mauser?
That's not a piece.
It's a sight from a...
It's the piece of that gun. That was the sight from the Herzog novelist. Werner Herzog.
Werner Herzog.
Okay, sorry. Anyway.
All right. I wonder who bought it. Does it say that? That would be interesting.
That would be something we could hang our collective hats on.
You don't think it's interesting, the fact that it was disassembled and tossed into the bin?
I don't think it was tossed into the bin. I think it was just disassembled. How do they know they got the right parts together?
Good question. For $1 million, I'd want to know. The provenance, if you will. There's a word for you, Josh.
Yes,
Look it up.
I know.
I wonder what I'd like to see guns from movies. What else? What did the one from like the James Bond gun or
Dirty Harry's
the
gun,
Alec Baldwin Rust, whatever that is.
Again with.
I'm sorry, I keep forgetting.
What are we to do with it?
I keep forgetting I pulled the trigger.
A woman died, Jeff.
Okay, it was my fault. Okay, how about this one? A woman doesn't die but comes pretty close.
Okay.
Custodian at a Florida courthouse became trapped in an inmate holding cell for 3 days.
Oh, no.
She's 72 years old. She was in the holding area of the 23rd floor of the Orange County Courthouse in Orlando last Friday night when she was accidentally locked inside. She had left her cell phone on her cart and no one could hear her knocking. She wasn't found until Monday morning.
I hope it was inmate free.
Yes.
Okay.
That would be
She'd be
very, very unpleasant.
Don't bogart that janitor.
That's the worst thing that was said today. They're forgetting about my Alec Baldwin stab at humor. There was water in the cell because there was a faucet, but she, obviously no food for 3 days.
No, she couldn't even play on her phone.
Yeah, well... But I will say this: if you see the picture, that grout is really shiny. She did
she went ahead and cleaned it.
She did a nice.
Martha, we should have you locked in here more often. Hell of a job.
No, that's news. No, we have more stuff coming up. You think I'm done? No
way, man.
I even have letters about bongs.
We're just getting started,
and more. Now, right now, I want to ask you about food. I'm going to tell you something about food. HelloFresh has a brand new thing going on. HelloFresh, of course, weekly has more than 40 recipes to choose from, and their most choices ever all kinds of different food, whatever your food lifestyle may be. If you're doing a low-cal thing or low-carb or vegan or good old-fashioned comfort food, they've got it at HelloFresh. And it's very easy to customize your meals, swap the proteins and the sides, get what you want. How does it work? They send you the box. They've done the shopping. That saves you a ton of time. They've done the measuring. You just put it together. Restaurant-quality food saves you a ton of time at the grocery store. They've also got those new fast and fresh recipes, things like Southwest pork and bean burritos or falafel power bowls. Ready in just 15 minutes. Have some fun. Maybe teach the kids a little bit about cooking. Or, Josh, date night. Willie, what's the latest on your end of things?
How about you check out the Salsa Verde pork tacos with Monterey Jack and Southwest crema. HelloFresh sends you 9 ingredients. Put those together in 6 easy steps. In a half hour, you have this delicious, colorful taco dish that you made at home with help from HelloFresh.
The box arrives, and you put it together. Have some fun. Sign up today. 65% off, plus free shipping with the code BTShow65 at HelloFresh.com/BTShow65. Once again, restaurant quality food. Everyone will clean their plates. The code is BTShow65. You'll find it at HelloFresh.com/BTShow65. Coming up, we have more information throughout the week on the Super Bowl with Willie and Kostaki heading for Phoenix. And also we have a human jawbone in the news, separated from the human being. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Kid Tarmac. Hey, thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning on Bob and Tom 24/7. Rolling through this Tuesday, February the 7th. My name is Mark Allison. You can see the Bob and Tom Show on our YouTube channel anytime, even right now. Just go to YouTube and search the Bob and Tom Show. It is just that easy. Next thing you know, you're watching the Bob and Tom Show as you listen to the Bob and Tom Show. And for those of you that want to continue listening, keep it here all morning long. You're tuned to Bob and Tom 24/7. I'm Mark Allison with your Bob and Tom news headlines. If you're in Washington State, check your Powerball tickets. One ticket in Washington overcame steep odds Monday night to win an estimated $747 million Powerball jackpot. The winning numbers were 5, 11, 22, 23, 69, and the Powerball 7. Lottery officials say a single ticket matched all 6 numbers, worth $754.6 million. The full jackpots for a winner opting for an annuity distributed by one immediate but partial payout, followed by additional payments over 29 years. The winner also can opt for a one-time cash payment of $407.2 million. That sounds nice. Powerball says both prizes are the amounts before taxes. The jackpot was the 9th largest in U.S. history, and again, one winning ticket sold in Washington State. An intruder has breached the home of Air Force One, one of the nation's most sensitive military bases, according to a statement late Monday from Joint Base Andrews in Maryland, which also said a resident opened fire on the trespasser. No word on his condition. Joint Base Andrews, home to the fleet of blue and white presidential aircraft, including Air Force One, Marine One, and the Doomsday 747 aircraft that can serve as the nation's airborne nuclear command and control centers if it's ever needed. Not the first time the base's security has been breached. In February of 21, an intruder got onto the installation and climbed into a military aircraft. Death toll from the 7.8 magnitude earthquake and multiple aftershocks rose to more than 5,000 as more bodies pulled from the rubble of collapsed buildings. Turkey's Vice President Fuat Oktay said Tuesday the total number of deaths in Turkey had risen to more than 5,000. The earthquake struck early Monday morning, bringing down thousands of buildings, some 200 aftershocks. Temperatures are below freezing. And that's a look at your news headlines. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
We got some extra from the Bob and Tom Show.
Are you a computer geek?
No. I see, I didn't grow up with computers. That's why children have the advantage. They slip out the womb. They're born with a password.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you look at the ultrasound, you see the sex of the child whose internet provider is going to be.
So you're an email guy then?
Oh, no. Well, I check my email. I never get real emails. They're all junk. I got a junk box, and the junk box is like, look, we don't even have time to sort out this stuff. And it's all burn DVDs, lose weight, consolidate debt, and then be like young teen sluts, whores, triple X. Thousands of it. And then I got a weird one in the middle that says, do you need a birdhouse? And I actually got that. And I'm like, who's the birdhouse guy? And then every day I get this email. Jim, do you want to enlarge your penis?
Yep.
And how did I get on the small Willie email list? That is the real problem.
Hey man, it's Donnie Baker, and the fact remains there's nothing better than being a VIP. And I don't mean like us dudes on Pervert Rabbit Xanadu's. I'm talking about a Bob and Tom VIP. Best thing, you'll never miss another minute of the show. I swear to God, you can hear the show here in the morning, and then cause you're a Bob and Tom VIP, you'll get the podcast of the entire show, a 12-month library of podcasts, hundreds of Bob and Tom comedy tapes, and a 60-day video archive of the show. Bob and Tom VIP. You have to get it. It's state law.
Hey, this is comedian Ron White, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hello. Bonjour. The perfect gift has arrived for the single man. The new cologne from the makers of Clintorius and Bonaire. France's most noted fashion designer, yours truly, Mr. Béchon of Paris, has developed an exciting and stimulating new scent for men.
Honey, come on. You've been in the bathroom for half an hour. What are you doing in there?
Just enjoying my masturbation.
Mr. Béchon, just slap a little on, repeatedly.
Oh, God. Thanks, I needed that.
When you use Mr. Béchon, she won't be able to keep her hands off of you. And neither will you.
Is that Mr. Béchon?
Yeah, I think that's the scientific answer.
Mr. Béchon, why not jerk a bottle off your department store shelf today? Mr. Béchon, it's not a sin anymore.
Bob and Tom.
For your information, these are two of the worst kids I have ever encountered in my life, and I work the state fair.
We were stupid before stupid was cool.
Coverage of Super Bowl 57 with Willie Griswold, Kostaki Economopoulos, and Frank Caliendo. This Thursday and Friday, exclusively on the Bob and Tom Show, here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Welcome back to the car wreck that is the Bob and Tom Show. That's why everybody's listening. They want to know what's going to happen next.
It's because there's no ladies here today.
There's Pat Godwin in the performance room. There's Josh Arnold, the I Hate Steven Singer's sidekick chair.
Christy, hope you're having a great time.
Yeah, having a great time, Christy. Good job.
I hope it's raining.
There's Ace Cosby and lightning. There's Willie Griswold.
Hey.
I'm Chick McGee with a news item, evidently.
We'll get to that in just a second.
Right.
Once again, today's show, due to some last-minute changes, we are without a lady today.
Yeah.
We did talk to Dr. Sadie Allison earlier.
Oh, that was nice.
She's an expert on adult toys for the bedroom, if you will, at ticklekitty.com. Very exciting stuff.
Polls and stuff.
And I've never seen Josh hustle away a box of props so quickly in my life.
Going to be a busy day for me.
Wow. But also, we have a new theme for the show.
What's up? What's up?
What are you going to do about it?
You ever see the... do you remember when a show called Cheaters was crazy?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I love
Crazy popular. That they all ended when the cheater was confronted by the significant other, and one of them would always look at the other and go, "What's up? What's up?" And then they start fighting every single time. What's up?
My buddy posted a clip, and the guy catches the girl cheating, and then the guy goes to his car and gets out a samurai sword.
Oh yeah,
whoa. Real good. What a little weirdo he
You
was.
remember the original host, Joey Greco, got stabbed?
Yeah, he was stabbed. Oh, because he confronted a cheater?
Yeah.
It was great.
Well, there you go.
It was great.
I'm guessing you weren't watching Cheaters.
I've never even know. I missed it.
Unless they preempted
The fucking fugitive.
you wouldn't watch.
Maybe there was a good sailing race on or something, but no, I
there
didn't
you
see. I didn't see that. Right now, it's time for a palate cleanser. It's been a rough show, therefore, the only way to do that, I believe, is like this.
Who's that sexy man with a deep voice?
This'll help.
Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
Did you guys hear about that pregnant bed bug?
No.
She's having a baby in the spring.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
I loved it. I loved it.
Chicks laughing.
That is so silly.
See, we got you.
I also love Pajamagram. You will too. This Valentine's Day, give her soft, silky, naturally nude pajamas. Available at pajamagram.com. Use code NUDE, that's NUDE, and save 25% off your order of naturally nude pajamas, Tom.
And endorsed by Christy Lee, not just on the radio. We were talking about it off the air about a month ago. She was talking about how great they were. The naturally nude pajamas from Pajamagram. Tell them the Bob and Tom Show sent you. I've just had a Chick McGee a news story.
This just in.
I think there'll be a disagreement on the staff about whether or not this is a good thing.
Okay. AMC Theaters announced a new pricing scheme, I guess, that will charge customers more for good seats in movie theaters.
Oh, man.
Seats in the middle of the auditorium will cost $1 or $2 more, while seats in the front row slightly cheaper. AMC said the pricing plan, dubbed Sightline, has already been rolled out in some locations, and it'll be in place in all its theaters during showings after 4 p.m. by the end of the year. Seats classified as standard Sightline will be at the regular price. If you want to pay less for the value Sightline seats, you have to be a member of the chain's subscription service called AMC Stubs.
Oh, okay. It won't affect me then. I am a Stubs subscriber.
But, I mean, are movies even crowded anymore?
That's the thing. This is... continue to complicate yourselves out of business, movie theaters.
Yeah, why?
Are you kidding?
This is so dumb. I mean, I haven't been to a movie that's had more than half a house in 5 years.
I finally just came to terms with the fact that I have to pick my seat before I go into the auditorium.
Right.
And now they're throwing this into the mix.
I mean,
is anybody happy about this?
All they have to do is charge an extra $1 for the popcorn, get it up to $20, and they'll make their money.
Sure.
Yeah, this seems like you're right, overcomplicated, dumb. That business is rapidly going away, except for certain blockbuster movies.
Yeah, you'd think they would keep things
it's simple.
You know what? I can see, instead of charging an upcharge for better seats, I can see charging less for front row. That kind of thing.
They are. That's one of the ones that'll be cheaper.
But upcharging for better. Plus, boy, this just movie theater etiquette is just out the window. It's a real shame.
And you used to work at a movie theater.
I loved it. Yeah, loved working.
You know what? Movie theater etiquette is out the window.
Yeah,
I can't remember. I've probably been to 2 movies since the pandemic. Maybe just a one time. Because if it's not, I'm people talking in the theater. It's just
the talking's amazing. The lateness with which people arrive.
Yep.
I was at a movie the other day, and somebody was talking. Another guy walked in late, and I was just on my cell phone, full brightness, texting my friends. This is so rude.
Yeah, right.
I took a call just to say, hey, I cannot believe these people are being so rude right now.
People take their shoes off. I mean, yeah. I was sitting next to you. You were furious.
Do you? Why people arriving late?
Well, what's happened is
they're playing 40 minutes of incredibly loud.
I love the
previews.
I love the previews.
The problem is, I blame it on the you pick your seat before you arrive, and you have your ticket, via the app and everything. You buy your ticket on the app. You pick your seat on the app, so it encourages people to show up late because they don't have to get there for first come, first served seating.
Yeah, but then they get in there, they can't find the seats because it's dark.
Exactly. So they turn their phone flashlights on. Yeah. They disrupt everything.
Yeah, your first comment was the best. They're making the experience no fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Josh, if you go in the theater and you go to your seat and someone is sitting in your seat, do you say something about it or just sit in another seat?
I do, yeah, because it's caused problems before where I went ahead and just let it go and I sat in a different seat, and that ended up being somebody's seat.
Oh, okay.
And so then I caused the problem. So now I go, hey, look, and it's usually somebody who just didn't get it.
Mm-hmm. Does anyone ever ask to pick your seat?
And what would your answer be if you...
Well, that year that I had pinworms, I said, please, go for it.
Tired of scratching. Yeah.
And you might ask, why are you a subscriber to the movies?
Why are you a subscriber to the movies?
Because it's $19.99. After almost one movie, it pays for itself. One IMAX movie, which is like $16 now, it essentially pays for it. So it is cheaper for me because I'll go to 2 movies a month.
Okay. Well, on a different note, this news story comes to us out of New York State. Funeral home workers found a woman breathing 3 hours after she was pronounced dead.
Oh, my gosh.
The 82-year-old woman was declared dead at Water's Edge Rehab and Nursing Facility in Port Jefferson on Long Island.
Can we address
down by the water's edge.
Can we address the name of this facility? Isn't that a kind of a negative? Water's edge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Death's door.
Death's door. Yes.
Yeah.
God's waiting room.
Do you have a floating, bloated river corpse? Down here at Water's Edge.
Water's Edge, we can take care of you.
Shortly after she arrived at the funeral home, they found her breathing. No update. That's where the story ends.
Can you imagine waking up and looking around? Oh, my God.
Oh, no kidding. Was she in a bag?
Toe tag on.
Oh, geez. I don't know. That doesn't say that.
Somebody put
My
you
name's
in a
not
body.
Jane. It's Melissa.
Yikes. Open up the bag. I'm in here. You know what that would sound like, though? I bet Pat Godwin knows what it would sound like, Pat. If they thought you were dead and you woke up in a bag, what would we be hearing?
I'm alive, he said.
That's one of Pat's great skills. I am not sure that is loud enough to come over the radio waves.
Of course it is.
But that's very funny. Thank you very much. Yikes.
Can you unzip a body bag from the inside?
I don't think you can.
I've seen Michael Myers do it in a movie, but I didn't know if he could actually do it.
I would think not.
I think Chris Angel's done it, but other than that, I don't.
Well, he's an alien.
Sure, that's true.
That's a good question. Why would they put a double-sided zipper?
I just didn't know if you could kind of push,
Did they have at one point an elaborate series of inventions for people that accidentally got buried alive?
Yeah, the bells.
The bells and, there was...
tube?
Yes.
Your face rings a bell.
So
That's
what?
where that comes from.
Is that where that comes
Yeah.
from? That's not.
Trust me.
Your
Your face rings a bell. Yeah.
What? I didn't know
That's
that. That's the
expression.
etymology of that phrase?
People would sit their job, the graveyard shift. You sat there and you made sure people were able to get out of their coffins. There was a certain illness that looked like people were dead.
Whoa!
So your face rings a bell means, well, that...
This must have been in Philly, right?
No. England.
Maybe that'll be the main symptom of COVID-21.
Yeah.
You look dead.
Well, there
Wouldn't that be something?
There is Graves' disease, Tom. You know about it. Didn't a friend of ours get Graves' disease or something? I mean, it looks like you look like you're dead.
Whoa.
Josh, remember in Lost?
Yes, the spider bite.
They were bitten by the spider and then buried alive.
Yeah. One of the more hated episodes of that show, but I thought it was fun.
Wasn't that the only freestanding episode?
Yeah, it was like a Twilight Zone.
The guy that was in here was in here that was in that episode.
Oh,
don't stop talking about that awful television series. There's going to be a fist.
That was a really good freestanding. That was the only episode that you didn't have to. You didn't need anything going in or going out.
It was cool.
Have you seen every episode multiple times?
Oh, yeah. 2.5.
No kidding.
I watched the original show up until the 4th season, and then I rewatched it in college, and I rewatched it 2 years ago. Love it. It's great.
Son of a gun.
4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42.
It was great. It just
now, do you watch it with the subtitles and telling you what's happening? Or
no, I don't need the subtitles, chick. It's a beautiful story. You get enthralled with it.
Well, here we go. Here's one more crime story. Okay. California authorities are saying a man walked into a Southern California police station and left behind a human jawbone and animal remains.
Ew.
The San Bernardino Police Department said the officers were not able to locate the identified man after he left.
These things are for you.
They didn't know if the remains were real till coroner's office determined one of the bones was a human jawbone.
A mandible, they call that.
They're trying to find this man. Wow.
Luckily, no zygomatics.
How bizarre. Why would there be animal bones mixed in?
Yeah, who is this ghoul? What? Where did he drop the stuff off at?
At a police station, and then he just left.
I found these. Maybe you can make some sense of it.
They're trying to find the guy. They've posted a picture of him to see if you know him.
Is this a dinosaur?
Looking for a jawbone. Now, coming up later this week, it'll be the official Chick McGee Shoein' of the Week pick.
Super Bowl pick, 57.
And I think you've kind of hinted at it on the air
As
already.
far as I can recall, I've never missed a Super Bowl prediction.
Yeah, that's right. You haven't.
And
you won't this year.
My memory ain't what it used to be, but I can't remember.
Okay. Now, one more interesting news story. This headline, when it came across my computer, all I got were the first handful of words and not the last two.
All right.
It's from the Fox 59 television station in Indianapolis, Indiana. And the headline I got on my computer was Indiana Senate passes bill to legalize.
Oh.
We legalizing that reefer, that stinky, that sticky.
And so, this should be interesting. It's they're one of the few states that doesn't. No, Indiana Senate passes bill to legalize throwing stars.
Finally.
About
yes. Our letters have been answered, Willie.
Throwing stars.
Really?
Willie and I tried to start a throwing star league, and we got shut down.
Somebody explained the process of lobbying to me.
The star-shaped weapons are traditionally used in Japan. They're currently illegal in Indiana.
But not anymore.
And these are like razor-sharp, star-shaped things the size of baseballs that you heave at people, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they like stick in wood and things.
And skulls.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Is this like for what do you do with them? Do you
throw them? They're weapons.
Who do you throw them at?
But you can also, you can have targets like anything else.
Is it like horseshoes?
I worked with a guy that had one of these.
Horseshoes, except you're a dead ringer, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see.
It was at a movie theater, and this guy, he was a fellow usher. He would carry these around and throw them at us, and we hated him. We're like, Mike, you can't do. Like, you would walk, and all of a sudden, one would embed 2 inches from your head in the wall.
Was he kind of a nerd?
Dude, what are you doing? No, he was a maniac.
That'll kill you.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, State Senator Linda Rogers, who's got her priorities right.
She's going to bring Jarts back next.
God, unbelievable. Passed 48-1. Glad they've got all the rest of the problems outlawed.
Next year, I'm going to legalize bottle rocket fights.
48-1.
Has anyone explained to them that legalizing throwing stars won't bring in any tax dollars? Legalize pot, you'll all be driving Cadillacs. Well, I can probably get paid under the table to do that some other way. So anyways, snake owners, your prayers have been answered. Now you can get, what do they call them? Ninja, what do they call these things?
Throwing stars.
Ninja throwing stars.
I think there's a Venn diagram about like tough guys and nerds, and the people that like throwing stars are right in the middle because it is kind of a weirdo activity. It's not a typical weapon.
No,
I've never seen any doofus running around the mall wearing a legalize it T-shirt with a throwing star on it. You know, I tried to do my hydrogen laws suck T-shirts when I wanted to have blimps full of hydrogen, and that didn't get anywhere.
Throwing stars.
That is just so weird.
Okay. Well, maybe I should buy some.
Now, will they be legal for everyone, or will it be? Do you have to have a prescription?
Yeah, you don't. They haven't legalized over-the-counter throwing stars yet.
How to make your state sound backwards? Oh, I know. We'll do this.
This is progress.
It is.
For some way. I mean,
again, I don't really see the need for this. Now, Josh, you're going to like this next one.
Okay, good.
Headline: People who use OnlyFans tend to get smarter about sex.
How about that?
A new study suggests that people who use OnlyFans appear to learn more about human sexuality.
Isn't that something?
According to the survey, OnlyFans users who had reported using the platform for sexual purposes in the last 3 months were the ones that were questioned. Most participants said visiting the site had resulted in them learning something new about sexual practices, including sexual health.
Okay.
Now, explain OnlyFans to the uninitiated.
It's essentially like Instagram, but it's more adult, and you pay to subscribe to somebody's profile. So let's say, Tom, you have a favorite porn star. Who would that be?
I don't have one.
Be honest with us.
I really don't know.
Okay, well, let's say you're a fan of Lisa Ann. All right?
That's a real person?
It is, yeah. She's milfy. I bet Willie knows Lisa.
I'm quite familiar with her.
If you were a fan, you could go to OnlyFans, join her subscription for, say, whatever she charges a month, and then she'll send you, her followers, videos and pictures that you can open either for free or for money, and you can also direct message.
Just at random?
Yeah.
You're sitting at the office, you get that ding, you've got mail, and there she is with some...
Willie, does OnlyFans have notifications? I never allowed notifications for any app, so I don't know if...
I don't think it does, but I'd imagine in the settings deep somewhere you can find it.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty embarrassing.
Ding.
Will Johnson, I want to talk to you about that promotion. Ding. 1 second, sir.
Lisa Ann has a
Oh,
new
my God,
video.
look at that. Look at Lisa Ann. Is that a gibbon or a monkey? What the hell's going on? Okay, so this is once again suggesting that using this particular platform has been helpful to people in their pursuit of sexuality. This is from the journal Sexuality and Culture.
Okay. All right.
I didn't get this month's issue, but thank you.
You want me to set you up an account?
No, that's okay.
We've got a situation in the sports world. Yesterday at about 10 a.m., Tom Brady, newly retired, for good, he reminded us. Evidently, he has Brady brand clothing line out there, and he's introduced Brady brand underwear. And he put a picture of himself up yesterday on his Instagram, Tom.
Oh, yeah?
Of him in a pair of boxer brief, Brady brand boxer briefs.
Now, his hand is sort of covering where the bulge would be.
Modestly.
Yeah,
that's weird.
But he's getting, they're calling this a thirst trap for the girls.
Why not?
Yes, because obviously he's newly single. He's looking for someone maybe to have a meaningful relationship with.
And then his hand is covering the strategic groin area.
But as you would imagine, some of his friends in the National Football League and some enemies have lined up. Cover up old man to, oh my God, you look great. So this will probably be a continuing story.
Is he trying to have women buy them for their men for Valentine's Day?
I don't know what the process
That's probably, you know what? That's good, yeah.
Sounds
I bet
pretty
he
good
is.
to me, yeah.
Should we come out with Bob and Tom underwear?
Of course. Yeah, we should have a lot of different things.
Have Bob's face, but no nose.
I'm sure he would be honored.
You know something? I don't think he would.
You don't think so?
There may have been a time. Why don't you call him and ask him? Okay. Well, thank you very much. Right now, I want to talk about the importance of sleep. This is an interesting stat. 8 out of 10 couples prefer a different mattress firmness.
8 out of 10?
So
that seems like 80%.
Yeah, it does. When you go to the store, and if you've been to a mattress store, you lie down, you're staring up at these Klieg lights, and there's some guy with bad breath going, "How's that one?" Don't experience that. 8 out of 10 couples prefer different mattress firmness. This is where the genius of the Sleep Number bed comes in. Chick McGee, for example, your Sleep Number setting is what?
100, Tom. I like a firm mattress, and the Sleep Number stays firm.
Josh, yours is?
65.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, I'm on.
Christy Lee, are you still on OnlyFans?
He's on.
No,
Christy Lee is a 40, which is a much less firm mattress. At the touch of a button, you can adjust your side of the bed, and you can change it whenever you want. And the Sleep Number beds, well, some will even tell you where you want to go to get better sleep. I just read that the average Sleep Number user gets 28 minutes of better sleep as monitored scientifically. That's an important number. Choose proven quality sleep from Sleep Number, because to be your best every day, you've got to have quality sleep every night. So that's why Sleep Number has stepped up right now with their best sale of the year already. Save 50% on the famous Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed, and for a limited time, special financing is available subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments are required. Get the details at sleepnumber.com/BT show. You'll only find the Sleep Number bed at Sleep Number stores. Sleepnumber.com/BT show. I know I love my Sleep Number bed. Coming up, it's time for a little learning in the world of what's happening. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This NFL season, every Westwood One NFL broadcast streams live for free. Listen in the NFL app, on WestwoodOneSports.com, via Westwood One station streams, or by asking Alexa to open Westwood One Sports. If it's the NFL, it's on Westwood One. This is
Chick McGee.
Chick said earlier he's never touched a cow before, but the rumors about the girls he's dated are not quite coinciding. And ladies and gentlemen, a warm round of applause for Belle and her people.
Oh, yeah, feel it.
She's fine. She's fine. She's just fine.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if we can get something out of there. Okay, you got the hang of it there?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so? Well, you better get some milk, because we don't want you to be an utter failure. All right, you ready? On your mark. Get set. There he goes. He's got it. Come on, keep going, Chad. The cow's leaning over towards you. When was the last time you had your head completely into the hooks of the section of the jersey? She falls over. Stay with her. Hang in there. Stay with her. Hold her back. Bill, he's a nice guy. Don't make him chase you. I wonder, Tom, did he lose a bet or something? 5 seconds. Come on, Chick. And time. It's over, Chick. You're all right. The official measure. Now we're up against a quarter already.
Smiley's ahead. Oh, wait a second. Yes, you did.
Well, we have a set. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Mr. Chick McGee. What a trooper, Chick. And you know the Bob and Tom are not going to let you live this time. Neither is Christy. You got a half, he got a quarter pounder. How do you like that, Vince? You know, like his milk, you make garbage pies.
Oh, my God, the humanity.
Oh, there are kids here. They should have seen this. We have the turd man here. It's under control. The turd man is
all right.
Okay.
And we can spy up and away in my shiny spy balloon.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hello, this is comedian John Evans. Padoom, 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 and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Good morning, Bob and Tom Show.
Bonjour, Bob and Tom.
Hi.
It's Pepe Lescrote.
Pepe Lescrotum. Good morning, Hi, Pepe.
Comment allez-vous with you?
Oh, we're fine.
Hi, Pepe. I heard you were talking about my old job.
Your old job was?
Oui, collecting the non-urine.
Oh,
the
is that your
non-urine
job?
used in these fertility drugs.
Yes, it was a terrible, terrible job, and I'm glad I no longer do it.
Well, why was it so bad?
Well, you know, you have to go around, collecting the urine. But I just wanted to call to tell you why they had to stop using it.
Why?
Well, it's a terrible, terrible thing. These babies, they were conceived and born with using the non-urine. When they came out, they would not cry when they were spanked.
They wouldn't?
No.
Why?
You had to wrap them across the hands with a ruler.
I see.
I see.
Hey, Chick McGee.
Yes, Pepe.
What are the only 3 words you need to know in French?
Oh, I know this one.
That's right.
Thank you, Pepe Lescrotum.
Au revoir.
Coverage of Super Bowl 57 this Thursday and Friday morning on the Bob and Tom Show.
Sid Gurney.
Sid.
Is at the microphone. Sid, how are you?
Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Great. How are you?
I think things are going pretty good so far, don't you, Sid?
No. Last night at the bar, Bob Donnie put on these dark glasses and made me tell this lady he was blind since he was a baby.
Really?
He said my job was to help line up something for him he calls a sympathy doink. So I go up to her, but before I can say hello, Donnie yells out, "Not the fat one, Sid, a friend."
Prove it. And it wouldn't hurt you to loosen up, Sid. Joke around with women, like I do. Be more self-defecating.
I got thrown out of J.C. Penney the other day.
Really?
Yeah, fondling up the mannequins. You believe that? And that ain't my fault. Have you seen the mannequins in there? And they taunt you, too. They got the little short skirt on, the arm up, kind of waving you over. You know what I mean? Shoot. I tell you what, if you ask me, the little whore was asking for it.
Hi, this is Greg Warren, and you're listening.
Morning.
Hey, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Pat Godwin in the performance room.
Hello.
There's Josh Arnold, the I Hate Steven Singer sidekick chair.
Chick.
There's Ace Cosby.
Hey.
There's Willie Griswold.
Chickster.
I am Chick McGee, and here's Tom Griswold, and I think it's time for our history lesson. Is that correct?
Oh, I thought we had a little treat before we get to history.
Okay.
Pat had a great song, and I just wanted to hear it one more time. This involves the great Derek Jeter, who recently admitted that he was having a slump. Now, you were talking earlier about Tom Brady's commercial for his new underwear. Derek Jeter said that during this particular slump, he was convinced by a friend to wear a pair of gold, a thong, a golden thong.
That's one of the plot points in Bull Durham, I think.
And that's where they picked it up.
Tim, what's his face?
Robbins
is Robbins is in a slump. Yeah.
Records show that in April of 2004, Derek Jeter was in an 0 for 32 slump at bat. He put on the thong, got to the plate, first pitch, home run. And Pat, you have a delightful tribute to this event.
Just a slump busting gold thong got Jeter out of a losing streak. It's wrapped around his buttocks, stuck in his crack. It's hard for Jeets to take a leak. Oh, yeah. His teammate swears that it works. It'll get him out of that rut. Then Jeter hit a home run with that gold thong up his butt.
Yeah!
Just a slump, busting gold song. Sing it, fellas. That filthy thing goes on when the chips are down. Come on now. Just a slump, busting gold song. Oh, wash it good and send it to Cooperstown.
Yeah. I just love that, Pat. Thank you very much. Time now.
Time now?
Yeah,
I
sure.
think today is the epitome of today in history. I'm not... February 7th, I believe, 60...
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Today...
I haven't gotten there yet, but that's the day the Beatles arrived at JFK, right?
Or the day the Beatles arrived at JFK, yep.
But it was JFK by then, that's right. Khrushchev.
I don't know if it was
Khrushchev
JFK.
arrived at Idlewild.
In 63? In February 63, it would have been Idlewild.
But it was the Beatles got here in 64, right?
Was it 64?
I think 64.
Why'd they change it to JFK? Because he was shot to death?
What happened?
It was a tragedy.
Yeah. I'm just asking if that's what
there won't be a JFK Jr. airport.
There won't be a Josh Arnold there.
Okay, could we... Where was I? Happy birthday. Oh, John Deere, born 1804. Famous for... He broke up with his wife. Did you know that?
No, I did.
Yeah, she wrote him a Dear John Deere letter.
She never did catch him. Nothing runs like a John Deere.
Ironically, his wife was named Jane Doe.
What?
She would get involved in a very famous Supreme Court case years later.
I wonder how many tractors he had in 1804.
Let's see.
It'd be tough to get gasoline in 1804.
1812, Charles Dickens.
Give her a good Dickens.
Born.
Nothing.
He probably wouldn't have gone... I think his career would have gone as well if he'd called himself Chuck Dick.
Nope, I don't.
Think so.
Is he the only person that has the Dickensian connotation to his name, or is there like...
It's like Shakespearean, Victorian.
Oh, okay, you're right. Okay, I didn't think of that.
A comedian friend of the show, the very odd Emo Phillips.
It's my birthday.
That's great, Emo.
I went to Cuba. They have words for everything. fact that in Spanish they have fewer words for luxury items. Let's see. Happy birthday to Robert Smigel, the voice behind the great Triumph, the insult comic
Robert
dog.
Smigel.
Great writer.
He's a great writer to poop on.
Oh, God. Interesting enough, happy birthday, Garth Brooks, born in 62. Chris Gaines, born in 67.
And died.
Sorry.
I think in 94.
Sorry about that, Garth. Let's see. Chris Rock, happy birthday, Chris, born in 1966.
Thank you very much.
And let's see. Oh, Matthew Stafford, born in 1988. Does that make you feel old?
Some of his loans for school.
Let's see. Charlie Chaplin debuted The Little Tramp in 1914.
So then Hitler got the mustache from Chaplin.
Yeah, well, you would have thought he would have. I guess maybe he wanted his lighter side.
I love the silent films.
I thought The Little Tramp was a Shirley Temple movie.
We'll move on. 1940, the second feature-length Pinocchio premieres. Walt Disney, and the new Pinocchio is on the way, right?
I think that Guillermo del Toro on Netflix. Yeah.
Is that already coming?
Godwin called it brilliant.
I loved it. It was great.
Yeah, here you go, Chick. 64, the Beatles landed at JFK.
Things we learned on the Bob and Tom Show today.
Chick, you remember Pinocchio's girlfriend sitting on his
Screaming
face?
lie, yes.
Lie to me, lie to me.
Backpack. Be sure and backpack Isle Royal if you get a chance. Don't cheat yourself.
Because his nose would...
a new record. We talked about 2 million visitors touring the Kentucky Bourbon Trail. Gardner Minshew is going to be in the Super Bowl, albeit on the sidelines. But maybe,
you never know.
Maybe he'll get in the game.
Try to talk to him, Willie.
And someone stole Pat's song, and they're playing it on Philadelphia.
Willie, if you and Kostaki could talk to Gardner Minshew.
We don't get to talk to any players on the teams in the Super Bowl, but I'll keep an eye out for him.
You make
it happen.
now, who's taking their OBGYN to the game?
Jason Kelsey.
Jason Kelsey's wife is pregnant?
She's due.
Her name's Kelsey.
So they could actually be crowning a champion, and she could be crowning at the same time.
Yeah.
Did you know?
Cut away.
No, her name's Kelsey. Did you know that?
No, they didn't.
Isn't that interesting? It's also a lie.
Okay, good. Speaking of lies, we'll be back with more of them tomorrow. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thanks for listening to the Bob and Tom Show this morning. Even though we're not too much to look at, you can also watch the show on our YouTube channel.